This week, I destroy a truck. Chloe is involved in a crime, and David does some self-exploring. So, let's strap down, let's strap in, and let's do this.
This is just another trucking podcast.
Hello, this is Just Another Trucking Podcast. I am your host, Tom, and I'm joined, as always, by GoPro. Hello, GoPro. How are we doing, GoPro?
Was that yours?
Are we sponsored by GoPro this week? Is that why I'm hearing that noise?
Only
Some
you
people-
would know what those beeps mean.
Fuck. I genuinely I woke up in the night once and I was like, I've just heard a GoPro. And I thought, but there's no GoPros on. I think I've just dreamt about a GoPro being turned on. So
Now,
yeah.
was that the GoPro turning on or off? Or
I think it might have been turning on. It was like it might have been, yeah.
it was the turning off. It was timing out.
Oh, he lost it.
Oh no. You're asking when I was sleeping.
Oh no, on the
No,
just
now,
no.
literally
the
just
beeps
now.
that you just heard there.
Oh right, no. I knew that was it turning off, but I think it was
Yeah.
when it was turning on or something
Now
like
you've
that.
been
It was
told.
like a turning on sound.
Okay.
I thought it was just right. Anyways,
Anyway,
let's
move
introduce
on.
ourselves. Chloe. Hello,
Hello.
Chloe. How are you doing?
Hello. Yeah, I'm all good. I've just turned up. Yay.
That's good. I mean, I feel like you've just not brought the energy into this.
I have.
But
I literally was like running around trying to feed the Logan, and then like, oh shit, it's Court 2 podcast, and then like legged it in here, and then it wouldn't work.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we got a message from David saying, "Could we be on for quarter
We
two?"
did,
I mean, I was
and
a
I
few minutes
saw
late
it,
myself, but
and I thought, oh, I've got plenty
And
of
you
time.
okayed
when
it.
Yeah, I said okay. I appreciate this. But
Chloe's
you
just
know
getting
when
it this
you're-
week.
Tom didn't.
No, Tom didn't. Yeah, fuck you, Tom. No,
But
you
I
know
still
when you
read
look
it. I
at
was still
stuff.
here.
Yeah, but you know when you look at the time and you think, oh, I've got loads of time, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have loads of time, and I was like, shit. Yeah, that's the story.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Anyways, David, how are you doing?
What do you mean? As in, like what?
How are you doing? How is your how are you doing? It's not that hard of a question, surely.
Well, here's the thing. All right.
How can this be a here's the thing?
No.
This is just a
This would have sounded because okay. To all our wonderful fans who are listening right now, this is all staged. All right, because I had a
I'm not supposed to
natural.
say this.
I don't care. I'm sorry because I know I'm expecting it. You asked me how I was earlier on today, and I paused. I was like, I started thinking, and I'm like, I was just like, and then Tom, like, I started answering. I'm like, wow, that took a
Basically,
long time.
We
So
did
my rant-
exactly this, and I
My,
was like,
my
we'll do
rant,
this later
my
in the
rant
podcast.
is like, okay, well, I'm not going to just answer you right away and just go immediately auto answer and go, oh, everything's grand. I want to think about what was going on. I barely spoke to you for the last 3 weeks. I think it was.
Yeah,
You did
this
come
is
on
true.
game for like a short while we were
Yeah.
playing, but we were very, very, very consumed by robots.
But and it's just this is what I so when someone asks you how you're doing and I'm just not expecting it, I'm like, I like to think about it. I'm like, how am I doing? Like, do you want the honest answer? Because a lot happened in the last couple of weeks. You know what I mean? As in like some good, some bad, and all that kind of thing. But you know what even on the podcast itself, when you ask me a question, why should I have to answer right away? So what? There might be some dead air for just a second. That's just me thinking. We don't always have to like say the first thing that comes out, even because I may not know the answer right this second. I may have to think about it. This is what I kind of appreciate about Joe Rogan and his podcast. Like, especially when Elon's on. Like, he'll ask Elon a question and there'll be silence. I counted. There was 7 seconds of silence one time. All right.
Really?
And I was
Wow.
like, I had to check my phone. I was like, then I heard a it was like he doesn't just answer it, whatever, he's going to think about his answer and then give it, but he's got the
So you're-
respect.
are you
hold on,
trying to be more like Elon
He's
Musk?
got no. He's got the respect of the host. All right, this is all right.
Why
where
did
the
you
host
time
doesn't
the
interrupt
space?
him, while
That's a
the
good
host
point.
doesn't interrupt him and lets him think about the answer and do it. You guys don't do that.
No, we don't.
No, there could be a half a second of silence, and you will fucking crush that silence with something. But I don't know. So I'm just saying, sometimes it's all right to have a little bit of silence, just to think. All right, and if it
Okay,
gets
well, let's
really
see what
bad,
happens. Go on. Silence.
So
What?
how
See,
are
Tom
you?
can't even do silence for a second.
How am I? Life's different. Life's different. We have a new puppy, and I knew it was going to be a lot of work. It's just you never, present Dave doesn't really care too much about future Dave. All right, he just presumes that
You
future
know
Dave
what? I have the
is just
same issue.
he can handle it. All right, as in like he just doesn't understand. As in like so, I have the puppy. First of all, I slept on the couch with the puppy next to me all night. Just because he wanted to be next to me, and I tried putting him in a crate. I tried doing crate training immediately and everything, and it just wasn't. His screaming was something else. You swear it was like a
Aw.
newborn child getting, just getting tortured. I was like, okay, this is not working out. And I kept trying other games where basically the crate is a safe area, is an area where you want to go to, and I kept on doing that and everything. It just wasn't working out. Plus, I had the kids running around the place, and they're just this, that, and that. And he,
Oh, I mean, why if you tried the crate training with him next to you, and then just move him further and further away gradually? So he's like, then he's a little bit further away from you. So like he
I
starts
thought
off
you were
crate training
gonna
right next to you.
Say,
and then
why
a
don't you
little
show
bit
him how to do it and then get in the crate yourself and sit in it?
I always like the ones where they get locked in it.
Yeah, that.
Well,
get
why,
locked
why,
in
why,
it.
don't, why don't you start it off like close next to you? So then that way he's not got abandonment and he's locked in. So he's just.
how
kind
do
of
you
in
know I
there.
didn't do any of that?
I don't know. I just
'Cause
thought
he's
it was a good
jumped in.
idea, so I thought I'd suggest it. But I don't have to. I don't have to give you ideas. It's fine. I'll just sit here in silence. You clearly want that.
I've done a million different things, and he does hang out with the crate. He does. Yeah, his food is now inside in the crate and his water dish. He does get treats in there a lot, and but it's just when it comes to the nights, which it's fine. Right now I moved the crate into my bedroom, and he sleeps. He just sleeps in front of the crate, and it's just like, what, we're not. It's not. There's a few times I have put him in and let him cry for a long time, and then he calmed down, and and it's just sad. But it is what it is. But the biggest problem with the puppy, I knew there was a little bit of biting. I didn't know it was extreme. All right, his teeth are razor sharp.
Oh yeah, they are at that age.
It's just that
And
my
they
poor
teeth as well, don't
the
they?
poor babies, they're constantly getting nipped at. Like, at least my older son, he knows to move his hand away. But my younger, the 15-month-old, he doesn't move his hand away. He just lets the dog nip at him, and then he just starts crying and crying and crying and crying. And all of a sudden, we have to grab the dog, hopefully not ripping the baby's hand off at the same time. But I don't. I don't regret getting him. There's been a few times like, oh, why did past Dave have to fucking do this? And I get over it really quickly, and it's grand. He's absolutely a lovely dog.
He's still
doing
very
better.
young, isn't he?
He's still
Yeah.
very young. There's so much.
There's a lot of training involved to get where you want.
There is. I got him. I have him in training. I am going to be putting him into school actually in like 2 weeks. Just because I just want to get it over and done. I want to get it nice and early that way.
Yeah.
Because this is a 15-year thing.
Contract.
Basically, you know what I mean. I want to try give it
Yeah.
the best hope possible. So
Yeah.
yeah, and it's only a quarter mile away too. It's like right around the corner, so right next to the vet as well. Try to make everything nice and convenient for myself. But yeah.
Yeah,
Other than
very
that,
nice.
the
Puppies are going
dog has
well.
basically been the newest thing. So it's definitely I'm definitely getting up early because basically come 5:00, he's awake and he'll find
what
anything
would
that's
you-
loud to
He's
play with.
What would you rather have, another baby or another puppy? Like, if you had to choose between the two, baby or puppy, they're very similar.
No, puppy, because the puppy doesn't last. The puppy basically they're
What were you about to say there, David? Holy fuck, dude!
Well,
Were you
I
about
let-
to say the puppy because they don't last as long?
You were
No, I
literally
wasn't.
about to say that.
That's what it sounded like.
the puppiness, the baby. It wasn't. The baby part of it doesn't last that long. All right,
Right.
they're basically
Right,
they're basically
okay, yeah, no,
they're
no,
basically
that
an
makes
adult.
sense.
You managed to
2
dig your
years
way out
old.
of that one. Well done, yeah.
I didn't fucking think my way out of that one. But you do make a good point. Though, as in like they're only going to last around 15-20 years. So yeah, there you go. No,
Well,
it's much easier.
this got very
it's
dark.
cheaper. I can't leave the baby at home, but I can leave the puppy at home. Like if the baby prefers
you can
to be
leave the baby at home.
prefers to
You
be in the crate
shouldn't.
more than the puppy does. Honest to God, I have to lock the crate so the baby doesn't go in, because I catch the baby in there all the time, and he's just sitting
At
there.
least you trained
Just
one of them to
da-di-da.
go in it.
Well, at least you've got use out of it.
This is my baby crate.
It is very
Wow.
funny.
Lock the baby in there and take the puppy to the shopping centre, and then at least you'll get some more attention and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
the crying in the morning. Yeah, but I don't know. He potty training too is an interesting one. I have an area that's all set up for him where it's caged off. I put him in there. He knows when he goes in there that's where he goes pee and everything, but it still doesn't stop him from peeing around the house and pooping around the house. And I don't
It
want him
sounds
to
like it's
just
going
poop
well.
and- it's new. It's just a new experience, basically. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's fine. All right. You understand how that fine means? It will be okay
Yeah.
in the future. It's just a lot of work right now, which I knew there was going to be a lot of work. but
they're cute, so they make
right
up
now
for
I'm
it with
right now.
cuteness.
I mean, this is the present, and I'm living it. but it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Happy now?
So-
Sorted?
Happy you've vented and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a story for you guys.
When have you not got a story?
I've not had a story in a while, but
Bullshit. You had last time when you were on this, you had a story.
what did I say? What happened last time?
I don't know, some random story.
I stopped listening. Once
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Once we
I've
stop
so
recording
many,
it, like,
I don't
this-
know anymore. Come on.
This is bad. This one.
They're always bad.
Oh no, this one's bad.
Okay. go on, lay it
So
out.
we've had a couple of storms, and
Uh-huh.
they have battered everything, and we've been tipping down at a certain place, and it was so wet that the bulldozer was sinking, just like it was just like syrup it was driving on. It just couldn't
Right.
stay on
Was
the
it
top of it.
was the bulldozer tracks? Or
Yeah,
the-
like proper track. It's just sinking into the ground. It was crazy,
Just like jelly. Yeah.
Yeah. So decided that we're going to get put onto another spot, and that's fine. But that night it had been pissing it down, and some people will know this in the area, but there's a bridge near somewhere called Spatria, and it's known to flood this place.
Right.
And I've actually been through these floodwaters previously twice. I've been through it in a DAF once, and I've been through it in a Mercedes as well. So, like the DAF was one of the like one of the ones when I was on for John Beatty's. So I've been through these floodwaters a few
Is this when you
times.
got the
Like,
catwalk absolutely covered? Is this the same one?
oh no, this was a different one. This was very much a different one.
Different one.
And
Okay.
yeah. No, so this was like, it's just these floodwaters. They're known, and
Okay.
in the morning, we'd gone through and it was flooded. But I've been through them before, no worries. So got through them. Just took them at a steady pace. And when I came back along, because I knew how deep they were, I took them at a bit faster, like 10 mile an hour or something like that.
Right.
No worries. Went and got my my thing, and it was a nice morning. Finally, the clouds had cleared, and it was starting to get blue sky, and it was starting to look actually quite nice. So I went and collected my second load, was coming back, went through these waters, and took them at pretty much about the same pace as went in. And as I started going into it, I suddenly realised this is a lot deeper than it was previously. Like, this is way deeper. And I heard this, like this, and then I heard,
Uh-oh.
and I heard something hitting underneath the cab. I thought, fucking hell, is that gravel being chucked up? Got through the water, not a problem at all. I got a mile. Coolant level low. Red warning. I was like, oh shit. And I got out, and coolant is pissing out the bottom of the truck. Just pissing out. And so I tried to have a look in, and I can see I've shattered the fan behind the radiator. It's just demolished it. I've smashed out the bottom of the radiator. I've the license plate was gone. When I went through previously, it was up to like kind of the ring on your alloys. Do you know what I'm talking about on your wheels?
Like the donuts.
It was just up to about there.
Okay.
The second truck that was behind me, and I called him to say these waters are deeper than what they look like. Slow down. And he went through it, and like he was like, I might see if I can try and dig the message out in a second. Basically, telling me that I'm an absolute fucking pansy and I don't know how to drive through water and stuff like this. And
please tell me he did the same
Had
thing.
you told?
Well,
Had you told him what you'd done?
I hadn't had time
Okay.
to, because he was when I called him up, he was in it. I called him up. I said, "You need to watch out." And he said, "Give over. I've just gone through the first set because there's one set before the bridge and then one set after the bridge, and the one after the bridge is the one where it's deeper."
Okay.
And he was like laughing at me, and then I could hear him put his window down, and there was a second where I could tell he was no longer quite as confident as what he was a second ago. And he would kind of went quiet for a second, and he was like, yeah. So, yeah, anyways, he got through it. By the time that the last driver, because we were all on this road, there was no way turning around. So by the time the last driver, this wall, it was now flowing over the wall that was beside it. So it was real deep, like real deep. And so everyone else was like, "Yeah, well, we'll go elsewhere." But I'm now fucked. I've destroyed my radiator.
So you're the only one destroyed. Everyone else made it.
Yeah, everyone else went a lot slower. But we were all they were all going to go through at the same pace as me because
you were just the first one.
Because it was when we went through in the morning. It was fine. You know, it was deep, but it wasn't like it was like I'm making big waves along the hedges.
Yeah,
sort
be
of
exciting.
Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Whereas this was too deep. This was, if I'd known, I wouldn't have gone through anywhere near this. This is like shifting down into like second gear, like
why
damn
wouldn't
near
you go
and
slow anyway?
crawler.
What was the advantage of going fast?
It's really fun.
You make waves, David.
Yeah,
The water goes
like
everywhere.
the water kind of comes up on either side. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's really good fun.
Okay, I just wanted to make so basically this is your
even
fault.
made a video.
Oh no! This is
No.
fully on me. This
It is fun.
Yeah. Okay. So
fully
yes.
on me,
So
dude.
you're the one who actually damaged the truck.
Oh
Just
yeah,
for
100%.
big waves.
100%. Yes, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please
I
tell me
would
you
have done
got.
the same.
Did you get reprimanded?
Oh well, I went back and I went back to the office and I said,
You made it back.
by the way, no. So the truck got left there. It's getting picked up on a low loader. It's knackered. We managed to limp it. It's
Did
basically
this
what we
happen today?
did. No, this is on Friday.
Right.
But
Okay.
by the way, this isn't the end of the story. This is the setup to the story. It gets worse this day.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Holy
Come on in, bring
fuck,
it.
this day gets worse.
Okay.
When I
I'm
said
ready.
to you, this is one of my stories, this is truly one of my stories. Like this is like Hall of Fame level of my story. This is
Okay.
a lot.
We're definitely
Anyways,
engaged. I want to know. Come on.
so I go out to the yard and I said to my boss, I went upstairs and like I'm not. So a couple of the drivers said, just say you didn't lie and say this or say you don't know what happened but I'm not like that. So I went upstairs to my boss and I said, listen, I fucked up. I was going too fast. I hadn't realised. I'd gone through it in the morning. It was low. I hadn't realised and it was my fault. I shouldn't have been. I got overconfident with it. And I shouldn't have. And that is, so, and I said, if you want, I'll work a few Saturdays for free to try and make up for, what I've damaged. Because in a day, I'm not, I know I fucked up here. It's one of them. And I'm willing to make up for that. And he was like, he didn't really, I don't know. I might work a few Saturdays for free. We'll see what he says. But yeah, I think he appreciated the fact that I was just honest and I
Just
said
honest
like,
and upfront, yeah.
I think it's one of them things. Whereas if you try and kind of like, it's the truck shit. I was able to, I think you'd
if
be
you
like
can
a little bit.
seal it, I think you get worse rapport. Really, I think it's
Or
better
you
man than
try
me.
blaming, if you try blaming something else. I don't know. But anyways, so I now have an afternoon where I've got fuck all to do.
okay.
And because of what's been happening, because I've been on the phone, I've not charged my phone up. Cause I've been up since 4, so by this point my phone's starting to get a bit low on charge. And I go out and do one little job, and I come back, and he says, I've got a mini digger that needs picking up from this location here. Sends me a WhatsApp note of where it is. I was like, yeah, that's fine. So he says, take the beaver tail, and I'll go and do that. Okay, cool. Never used a beaver tail before, but should be fun. I'm sure I can figure it out.
Are you going to explain what a beaver tail is?
Basically, like, it's a flatbed truck, if this was only a 4-legger, and it's got like kind of this fold up, like a fold up ramp on it,
Okay.
but the ramp kind of comes up into a position where it becomes part of the bed, basically. So,
Okay.
but they're quite long, and yeah. So he sends me this thing. I got my sat nav on, and I'm going to this location, and I come to this road, and it says unsuitable for HGVs, and I thought, you know what? I fucked up once today. I'm not going to fuck up twice because I'm not that dumb. So I call him up and say, I'm at this school. Is this the road I'm supposed to be going down? He says, yeah, that's not a problem at all. Go down there. I said, I can definitely get down here. Yeah. So I start going down this road. Now, bit of a backstory. There's a place called Frizzington, which has a road closure. And it is causing chaos. Now, I'm on a tiny little lane with almost no passing points, and the passing points that are there are for cars, and people are going down this road. I did not know this, so I'm going down this road, and it is just getting narrower, and there's cars coming, and I get to this one bit where there's this really tight corner with like a bridge down at the bottom, and this beaver tail's fucking going through the fucking hedge as I'm trying to turn. I'm having to turn so sharply, and I can hear behind me those fucking stuff's getting ripped up.
Better than cars.
Oh, fuck yeah. And so this car backs up, and we're down just imagine your Devon sort of hedgerows where it is just hedge on either side, and there's a gate post, and there's this mini digger, and I'm like, there's nowhere for me to pull in. There is nowhere for me to pull in.
Yeah.
So
the road.
I'm like, I kind of stop and try to kind of open the door the best I can and squeeze it out, because that's how tight it is. Like, the other mirror's folded in. The other mirror, I can't.
That's
the other
scary.
mirror's come in. This mirror, I've had to kind of like try and so I've got a mirror. I've had to have it so that this one, but that's all I had was like, a foot, if not half a foot, to try and squeeze out. And I got out, and I'm like, how the fuck do I get this on? Because part of the issue is, obviously, because I'm so far over, like, the truck, the side of the truck is on the hedge. I can't get down one side of the truck. And so I'm like, I'm starting to try and figure out what the foot's doing. Get out, and there's cars piling up, and then so this whole like Jewish family stops in front, and like they're getting out. So I have this Jewish.
How can you tell that they're Jewish?
Because they've got like the hats and like the traditional, like traditional Jews, like as in proper traditional, like Jewish,
quite
all of this,
obviously
and like
Jewish,
obviously, and they're all
why was that important?
Out.
Why was that important that they're Jewish?
Because they're not.
Story.
They're clearly not local. They're like from one of the cities, and you can tell they're from one of the cities.
Yeah, this is kind of true, actually. Yeah.
They're getting out and they're looking around. They're clearly like tourists to this area, and they don't know how to drive this vehicle. They're clearly shitting themselves for being down this lane. I'm like, you're gonna have to either turn around or you're gonna have to wait. I'm gonna be here for a while. And oh fuck, it was like a whole thing with these. And I'm trying to explain to them, but like they're all talking. And I'm like, this is like, and but what it's doing is it's distracting me from doing the actual job I need to do. So more cars are piling in on both sides.
Right.
And there's this taxi driver, a local taxi driver, who's getting very irate at me.
Oh, of course he is.
And it's just getting worse. And then this guy turns up in this battered, shitty fucking disco, like a Discovery.
Yeah.
And he gets out and he goes, "You what, and?" I'm like,
Oh, look at him.
if you can give us a hand, why? He says, I'm a ground worker. I do tarmac. And I said, can you drive a 360? Because I got my ticket. Fucking hell, lad, go on. Because up until this point, I've got there. I've realised I don't know how to drive one of these.
That's hilarious. You
And
figured you'd
I'm
have time
honest.
to learn on the spot,
Well,
and like,
well,
yeah, I can
yeah,
make it
just
go.
wing it.
thought,
Yeah.
I
this
don't
is
have
what
to
I
like
thought.
do any
I'll
proper
pull up
construction.
somewhere and
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. It'd be and so so we're trying to direct people around, do all of this stuff, and it's just getting like people are just put, and it is such a tight little road, and
Was
this
it raining? It was.
no, it was sunny at this point, and then now
at least that's something.
I've started getting the flatbed down, and so it's like a Toyota people carrier or something like that, like an older kind of like 90s Toyota that this Jewish family's in. And because again, they're not local and they don't understand how to drive like tight roads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're trying to turn this car around, but I'm trying to put the tail lift down.
Oh no.
And they're fucking
Yeah.
and they're putting it down and they back up quickly as I'm putting the fucking thing down. So I have to bring it back up again quickly. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst. And then they try to start getting down the road, but people are trying to get up and there's no room. And I'm just like, this is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. This is shocking. And so we managed to get the tail lift down and we managed to get this guy started to kind of try and get on the back.
Yeah.
But because it's at such a steep slope, it's struggling to get on. So he's having
Yeah.
to use the bucket to drag himself up. And
Yeah.
he's scraping on the wood. And you can see the wood being dug up. And I'm just
my
like,
God.
oh my God. And so eventually we managed to get this fucking thing on there. And then I realised I can't put all of the chains on.
Yeah.
I
I
can
was
only
gonna
put
say,
them
you can't
on
get around.
one side because I can't
Oh,
get on the
no.
other side. So I can't chain it on properly. So I managed to get 2 chains on this thing. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't get to the bit where the straps are, so I can't strap the loose buckets down. So I have to now drive on a flatbed with a machine that could potentially just come off if I brake hard because it's not strapped down properly, and buckets which could come off because it's not strapped down at all. And I have to get down this lane, and this guy says it's 3 miles maybe down this lane. So I have to drive at like 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour. About the speed I should have been driving through that water, actually, about that exact speed. And so I managed to drive through, and eventually I come to this road, and there's like a little bit of a lay-by where I pull into to put the rest of the straps on, get the straps on, get it all done, fucking finally. And there was honestly like 10 or 15 cars follow me at like 2 miles an hour down this fucking lane. I was stopping at every tree branch because I don't know how high I am. I've no idea what my height is. I don't have a height stick on the vehicle. I can't call anyone up to ask what height I am because my phone's dead.
Right.
And
oh my God, that's
so I just have to
scariest.
I just have to assume that I'm 16'6"
Yeah.
because
Just in case. Yeah.
That's I have just assumed worst case scenario I'm 16'6", and so I get all this stuff strapped down, and I look around. I think I have no idea where I am.
Oh
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I don't. My phone. This is a new area. I've never been here before. I don't know where I am. And so looking around, I think, well, there's the mountains. So if they're there off there, they're to the
no.
east.
Oh no.
So technically that must be north. So I start setting off and I'm like, don't recognize any of this. Don't know where I am. No idea. And I'm driving and I finally come across a village. And as I'm going into the village, it says Frizzington,
That
which
sounds
has a major
Oh,
road
yeah.
closure in it.
Right.
So I'm now driving towards a road closure, and I'm now don't know how to get round it because I don't have sat nav. So I now have to start driving down random roads in the hopes that I see the words Whitehaven or Workington or Sellafield or something that I know, so I can drive towards that and I can reference where I am from there to get back. Eventually, I managed to get my way back. I managed to get back to the yard, and I go upstairs and I'm like, dude, I don't know if this is punishment for what I did this morning, but if it is, fair enough. I feel like I probably deserve that. I deserve all of it. And there you go. That was my fucking day. Fuck, that was a horrible day. I came in, I got into bed, and I was like, no. So that was it.
Wow.
Typical
sounds fun.
Typical Tom day,
Yeah,
really. I
that,
feel.
literally.
I mean, I have that kind of stuff happen every day, but at least happens once a week for you. Oh, getting you know what?
that
You guys don't even know what it's like to drive a truck without GPS, do you? And like properly.
I do now. I do
Well,
now.
yeah. But like that was just the way it was back in the day. You know what I mean? As in like you didn't have GPS, you didn't have
Maybe maps,
cell phone. Well, you had a cell phone, but basically it was just for calling, you know. And I just remember like if you get lost. I definitely manned up a lot of times. Well, not manned up a lot. Like I'd ask for directions. I didn't have a working CB, but I would I went to a lot of groceries or at least 7-Elevens or whatever. Just somewhere I could park it and like, where the fuck am I? I took a wrong turn. Like again, those few times, like those stories I've told you where I took the wrong exit, then I tried getting myself back, but I ended up 10 miles further away than I should have been, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah,
and I've done a lot. I did a lot of stuff I shouldn't have done just because I was such a new driver. But
I think in a way, and this might be a bit of a controversial take, but I think in a way, as long as if you're talking about having like all your proper maps, all of your stuff there, I think GPS in some ways can be harder than the map days. And let me clarify what I'm saying.
Oh, I will
rely on it.
Because when you are new and you don't know where you're going, and because when you take from the fact of like you've got a map and you're having to learn maps, and there's the fact that yes, you can go down the wrong route, stuff like that. But when you're starting off with a sat nav, and especially when you're kind of getting towards like the last mile of your delivery, trying to kind of get into where it is,
a lot of turns.
Your sat nav can lead you down a very, very. I've had it before where my sat nav has put me into a position where I'm like, what the fuck do I do? How the fuck do I get out of this?
Yeah, I've had that.
It's put me into like I've had it multiple times where because there was an exit for access on the route that I was supposed to be on, it sent me down the other route which doesn't have it on. And so I'm now in a road that I was not supposed to be on in the slightest, and it's because of the sat nav. So I think you do need to have a certain level of common sense, and there does need to be need to have some map reading skills to be using a GPS correctly.
What you need to do is like you don't have to have the map reading skills nowadays. You don't. All right, I'm sorry. What you need to do is get the instructions that you would normally have gotten, all right, however you would have gotten them, and then compare them to the GPS, compare them to your Google thing, and then just go along with that. I only ever use GPS, or I'll put in the directions and all that. I just want to know when the road's coming up. You know what I mean? As in, like that was my biggest beef, is not knowing when the turn is coming. You know, especially
I get that
so
one.
Let me just clarify what I said there. Then, when I'm saying this, I'm talking about the jobs that, say, for instance, me and Chloe do, where like if like the ones where when I was on curtains and it was like I was going from an RDC to an RDC. Yes, you are completely right. A sat nav is just
following
piss
the roads.
easy.
Yeah,
it's just
you are
just following the road,
yeah.
stuff like that. What I'm talking about is when it's like some like Braithwaite farm in the middle of whatever.
Farm where the postcode doesn't exist. There's no writing on it.
There's
where nothing.
Yeah,
handy.
That's where it can.
What 3 words? Do you use that a lot? That's very handy.
I used to, yeah. But what I found, like the Ordnance Survey, you can actually get the actual address off like some of the sites, and actually have a pinpoint OS
down
map.
This way. We've got like a Dorset Explorer, which is really accurate down this way, and it literally pinpoints everything. It knows everything.
Where
Like,
is it? Where
whereas-
you put where you put a postcode in, and it'll bring all the house names back.
Yeah, and it'll bring up all the house names up, and then you'll
Yes,
pick
so
the,
that-
you'll
that-
pick
it's-
the
it's-
house
it's an
name.
ordnance
It shows you
survey
exactly
thing.
where it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an ordnance
Yeah.
survey thing, but basically, ordnance survey kind of have the data, and then people like Dorset Explorer utilize that.
Yeah.
So-
Dora
to
the
do whatever.
Explorer. Did I hear that correct?
Dorset the
Dora,
Explorer.
yeah.
Dorset, yeah, Dora. Everyone calls it Dora
what-
Explorer. Dorset,
What did you say?
Dorset,
Dorset
Explorer.
Explorer.
I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Dorset Exploder. Is that what you just said?
That's what I said. I don't know. Maybe
That's
possibly.
what you literally just said. Wow. Okay, that went really far away. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Who?
I just don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's night and day. Honestly, I remember what it was like back then without it, and
back in my day.
back in my day is right. Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
just-
for doing RDC stuff, yes, you are right.
Anyway, yeah, I just couldn't wait to get one. Couldn't wait, just for the sake of knowing when that street was coming up. Because the amount of times I've looked over my shoulder, like, oh, there is the turn. God damn it! How am I supposed to get turned around?
I'll
And
be honest with
hopefully,
you, I've had that with
hopefully I'll
SatNav.
get be able to do a U-turn somewhere. You have?
Oh yeah, I've done it before. Where like you're looking on the sat nav, and you're like, is this the right? Is it this one or is it the next one? I had it in Scotland, where
Oh, then
where
it just
in
suddenly
Glasgow.
appears. Yeah.
Well, no. As in, like there was two on the motorway, and it looks like you're coming off here, but there's this wacky junction where
Yeah.
it's just after the junction. There's another junction,
Yeah.
and it doesn't on the sat nav. You're looking
Okay.
at it, it looks like there's just one, and you're like, "Fuck, was that where I was?" And it took me into the fucking city center, and I got like caught on them fucking like the green cams and shit like that. And
I hate the sat nav, you know, when it tells you where it is and you think, okay, yeah, I know where it is. Then you get to the lane or the road you're meant to be on, and then it says, oh yeah, it's this house coming up on your left. You're looking on your left going, any minute now. It's not bloody here. You find out after you've gone and spun around that it's on your fucking right. And it's like way before like the sat nav tells you or something. So you've not started looking yet. You start looking on your left when you get there, and then realise it's nowhere near it. It's like literally down the road a little bit on the fucking right.
Yeah, I've seen.
Bastard.
You know what? I've learned because I literally have not driven since I don't know, like November, I think. Okay, I hardly ever drive anymore. I rarely ever drive. I don't like even my own car. It's just I do the same thing every day. Just the same. I go like a mile away to drop the kids off at daycare or whatever, right, or the grocery store. Simple stuff. I'm
or the
losing.
pool.
Excuse me.
At the pool. You
The
should.
pool.
Do you not drop kids off at pool?
Yeah,
Cool.
the smell is horrendous. I have to go like a mile away. All right, fucking Tom. I'm losing my skill. I'm losing my ability to fucking navigate. I'm honestly, God, getting nervous. And like we were picking up the dog there or whatever a few weeks ago, and I struggled even with the navigation. I was struggling. You know what I mean? I forget I'm even looking at the navigation. All of a sudden, I'm like, okay, it's like 400 feet. And I was like, how far away is 400 feet? Because I don't want to keep looking over at the GPS where I got stuff. I got to pay attention to the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before it be nope. You know, I don't know. I'm losing it. I'm not the same driver I was. You know, when it comes to driving on the road. And I wasn't
Yeah,
even
I
driving
get
a
that.
car. You know what I mean? Or it was my pickup truck. It was just all of a sudden my wife screamed, "All right, it's here." Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, okay. You know, there's no more me doing that. Like, I know I was going to turn. Like, Jesus, don't tell me how to drive. I got this. Now I'm like, yeah, okay. Thank you
Yep,
for
I
telling me.
fucked up.
Yeah, and it happens so often now, you know. And it's just, yeah.
I'm having an orgasm in the chat. He says he mainly uses the sat nav for traffic. That's what I pretty much
Yeah, I
do.
was going to say that as well. Like
Tom,
it's
Tom, oh, your sat nav wasn't working. Did you make a red line, do you think, when you were causing all that mayhem?
oh my god, I think it will have been. Yeah,
That's so funny.
That
yeah.
is the most
But not
exci-
even the not just the red one. It's where it goes the deep red, the
the
dark
really
red.
dark, like
Yeah, yeah.
blood red. Yeah. See, that's when you want to take a screenshot and you're like, I fucking did
I
that.
did
That was me.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like something where it shows the history of.
I don't know about that. Why
Yeah,
would you
traffic
want
like
the
traffic
history?
or something? Oh, what? So you can bring it
Yeah.
up. You get to the
Yeah.
point where you get like AA traffic announcement. You know, where there's a crash and someone goes, "Oh, we've reported a crash." Where you get a report or something, and it goes, "Yeah, fucking idiot in the lorry" or something. You know, can you imagine
You know
if they
what?
reported that?
There is a history, but I don't know if you can see it, but I know Google has it because I would be traveling back to. I'd be going from Portland to Los Angeles or area, right?
Yeah.
And I look at the I look at the traffic, I look at the map, and it's all red and everything. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, but as in like, I found out that it's actually not, or there's, or it's doing some prediction or something where like at this time of the day it will be bad. I think.
Oh, really?
And so you know what I mean. So it does
Yeah.
something where it's just
It-
different. I don't know, but it
probably does.
remembers.
Because you know when you like Google like going to a shop or something now, or like you Google an area where you got to go, and it now goes
Yeah, busier than
your
usual.
busy
and stuff.
times. Yeah, it says busier than usual, so it obviously has data that it follows, and then it will
Mhm.
pick up different data and go, oh yeah, this is regular, but this is actually out of ordinary or something. So it probably does, doesn't it, to an extent?
The only thing that I wish it did was, and I'm sure it used to do this, where it used to show a road closure,
It still does
like,
that.
Yeah, it still does that.
but only if the council updates it and tells it it's a road closure.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the UK,
Well,
this is.
Oh, like
It's still it
Whereas-
does. Google does ask, is this road still closed?
it does.
you know,
It does have a road closure if there's like an accident or something. It will show you.
No, only if the police have closed it.
Oh, okay. Only if police close.
Yeah,
it. Okay.
the
Well,
police have to have closed it. Whereas, like,
Who else is going to close it though?
well, police or highway, no, but as in, like, if they haven't closed it and it's
Uh-huh.
that information hasn't like disseminated yet,
Uh-huh.
it's still sending people down there.
Well, yeah, it will do because it
Um,
doesn't know that it's closed.
Yeah, but if people have got their sat navs on and they're clearly turning around and going back,
right,
and
it
no
won't
one,
recognise that.
no, yeah, they're not like, because if no one's going through that point there, surely Google should know. Wait, there's clearly a road closure here. No one's going through this. Like, I've had 100 phones, and not a single one of them's gone through this point yet.
Well, you can
Surely it
report
should
it.
have done.
It's the thing. You
Yeah.
yourself
But
can
I-
report it, and
I
it's
don't-
waiting for
can-
those. Yes.
Yeah, you can.
In the UK, can you do that now? Because I
yeah,
don't
because
think
you can report. You can report speed cameras and stuff. Because you'll get
Yeah.
up on
Yeah,
your
you can
Google
report
Maps that-
speed cameras,
Yeah.
but I don't.
So you should be able to
where's
report other
the?
stuff. I don't know. I've never reported stuff. I've had it once or twice come up on my TomTom. Is there still a speed camera there? And I'll just go,
Yeah.
piss off.
Oh no, it does speed cameras, but I'm sure it used to give the option to say that a road's closed, whereas I don't know where that option is now. It's like it's disappeared.
All right, everybody who's listening right now, get your phones out.
Get your phones
And,
out. Test it.
Go to Google Maps. And,
We can't really.
why
All right.
can't
Well,
you?
while everyone's doing that googling, do you want me to tell you my little story?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you want my
Yes.
little updates? My little updates.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not that exciting, but they're they're there.
Oh yeah, well, fuck it. Well, we'll listen to it then.
So I went to this solar farm with the little Indians that were
Yes.
interesting.
I found it already.
Did you
By
find
the way,
it, David? Did you
Yeah.
find
Yeah,
it?
but on the UK one, I can't. Find
I'm not in the UK, but I'm sure it's the same bloody thing.
It
You know what I
probably
mean?
is on there.
You long hold the or tap on the road or whatever, right? And then you kind of swipe up or whatever, and then it says report a problem on dropped pin, and then you just fix an address or add a fix to a road or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just yeah. I'm just saying, like I'm sure it can't be any different than Google in the UK, but for the American people, that's how you do it.
Okay. I couldn't
Okay.
find
Chloe,
it. I just tried
And
to.
so I figured. Sorry, I thought it was early
It's
enough.
all right.
to
It's
inter- to
okay,
interrupt.
It's okay. It's okay. So these Indians, yeah. So I've gone back there to do an exchange. I've got like 2 exchanges of 2 wood bins. I get there, all of them are empty. Every single one of them is empty. All the Indians are out on the road. They're wherever they are. And I know that I've had some of the other drivers go back, and there's a new site manager there. There's a new site bit, but it's all the way the other side of the solar farm. So I've got to make a phone call at this point to discuss with the guy on site, whatever he would have been, the manager guy. And so I've been told by one of the other drivers he's definitely British and English and a big manager. I was like, brilliant. Okay, I'll ring him. That's fine. I'm not worried now. So I ring this guy, and he's really nice. He's like, oh yeah, hello, you're right. And then I explain the situation. He's like, oh right, okay, well, let me just get some contacts going. Blah blah blah. Anyway, that's fine. He leaves it. I suddenly get someone turn up and help me and divert me to this other bit of the solar farm to go and find a bin. I think that's all fine. I've all fine. Get the job done. Get it all signed off. Off I go. Anyway, about an hour later. By this point, I've got Logan in the truck. So I get out the truck and I've gone into a shop to get Logan something with Logie. Get back in the truck and I suddenly realise I've got 2 missed calls because I've left it in the cab. And I look and I'm like, who's that? I thought, well, they've tried to ring me twice, so I better ring them back.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, hello, it's such and such here from the solar farm. I was like, oh, hello. Like, oh, what have I done? He's like, just so you know, next time you're here, you need to wear a hard hat. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. I was in someone else's truck.
Mm-hmm.
I was in someone else's truck because the other driver, Rob, was off. So I was in his truck and I didn't know where his hard hat was. And I just didn't really think, because everything going on, like trying to find this bin and stuff. I didn't put my hard hat on. There was a couple of Indians on this second site I went to. So I was just literally trying to sheet up and get the fudge out of there. So I didn't put it on, forgot. I said, oh, yeah, fair enough. I'm sorry. I completely forgot. I'll make sure I'll wear it next time. In my defense, it was a different truck. I do apologize. And he's like, oh, it's all right. It's all right. It's just, it's not a problem. It's just, it looks better for us, because obviously you do need to wear them and that. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. No worries. And then I think that's it. And he goes, so just so you know, I was like, oh, okay. He's like, it's such and such this guy, whatever his name is, I don't know what he said. He said, oh yeah, they've all saved you as the hot skip woman.
Oh.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah, they've all saved your number as the hot skip woman. I was like,
saved your number?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right, but the point I'm kind of taking from this, why do they all have her number?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Because...
yeah, not just, they're like, I don't know who he meant. I didn't really specify on this. I was just a bit like, what? And he's like, yeah, that's all right. They're all nice young lads. So it's fine. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but that is a clear breach of data protection.
A bit weird, wasn't it? And so I was like, right, okay, all right, well.
That's actually, that is illegal.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's a data. That's well,
I've not had anything from it, so we're good. We're fine.
No, but that's a breach of data protection.
Yeah.
Like that was your data.
Well, not unless my number goes through a few numbers or something. I don't know.
No.
Where did your number? Out of curiosity, how did anybody get your number besides your boss?
Well, I have to. If I'm on a site, I have to ring people with my phone.
Which is fine. No, that's fine. She's able to do that. The reality is, but that is her personal phone number.
It is my personal number.
And she's called. Right. Think about it this way, yeah. Right. Think about if you called up a shop, yeah, and you call that shop up, you give that number to them, like as a customer, say, not forget about the kind of, about working relationships, but as a customer, because the reality is, this is still a personal phone number, and you've called a business up. That business has then given your phone number to not even just one staff member, but all the staff members. There is a legal implication there.
He didn't specify how many, but there was obviously one or two.
But it doesn't matter. Even if it's just one, you're still that is still your data, and the companies still have a responsibility to keep that safe. This is like really, really important stuff. Like this is like they could get fucked for this.
Oh really?
Like
so somebody
badly, like.
So I just
Spanner
thought it was weird.
It's also illegal. Yeah,
Spanner in the chat has been yelling at us. As you can see, it's all in capital letters.
Yeah, there's capitals.
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot lately. He's been yelling.
Only
at me
management
about
should keep it.
Yes.
is what he was saying. But it's more like only management should keep it because
getting
it's
very
all in
angry.
caps.
That is how I'm
Well,
reading that,
I will say Phil will actually know because he works for Royal Mail, and Royal Mail, like again, that's
I
protection.
like
of,
how he said sorry in angriness as well. Also, your ball and chain she's got a point. Why does he have to tell me that? Yeah, why did he have to tell me that?
I don't know. I think he wanted you to remember him or something. I was thinking the
is,
same thing. Like, is he trying to get ahead of the other crew? But like
I don't understand. Like, if it was a helmet thing, would you not phone up our company and say, just so you know, your driver needs to wear a helmet next time, or next time I'm there, make sure you put your helmet on or something?
I mean, that in
like
itself
he
is
tried
weird.
to phone me twice. Why? Weird,
a
yeah.
text message would have worked. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah. So anyway, I literally was just like, okay, thanks for letting me know. Anything else? And he was like, no, that's it. Just be nice to them. I was like, okay, see you next time. Bye. And that was it. Not heard since. No idea. Probably got to go back there Tuesday, but no idea.
Yeah,
do you ever tell your boss or whatever about this?
Well, what I would
uncomfortable it
do
makes?
is I would tell him that they're making you feel uncomfortable, and I would tell him as well about the fact that because do you know how when you're signing up for something,
Yeah.
you have to tick a box to have your number given to a third party, or they might sometimes
Yes,
do it a
yeah.
bit confused and they'll say, tick this box if you do not wish for us to share,
Yeah.
or they might
yeah.
do. But the reality is, they have to ask that question because
Before
you
okay.
have to give consent, even if you kind of get tricked into it or something like that, as in like, but the reality is you need to give consent for a company to give out your personal phone number. And
Spanner in the chat, 141 in front of it before ringing.
well, actually,
okay.
I think as well you can actually do it on your phone where well, is it an Android
where
phone
it's
you
showing
have?
my number.
Yeah.
Maybe I should.
Absolutely.
What are you looking for?
Is it
Are you trying to
Android
look
or
for
is it
information?
iPhone?
It's an iPhone. I think I can change it so I can get rid of the like scam calls and stuff, but I don't know. I just thought it was weird. I thought it was a funny story to tell you, but now it sounds like it probably was not a great story.
Well, no, it's a good story, but that's also a crime. So
yeah,
you know,
they don't see it
mean-
that way. You know, they live in their own little
Yeah,
world in a way where it's women are just to be looked at differently than the way they should be, and they just
I would say
don't
they're probably sat
care.
in their office talking about it, thinking, "Oh, should we ring her and let her know?" Is it what I can only imagine? Is what's happened there? Yeah, there you go. That's that story. Do you want a more
Just
positive
quickly.
story? Oh,
Yes,
God.
I do,
please.
but just quickly, it's come from it's the search on Google. It says AI overview, and it's found me exactly what I want to do at the top of Google. AI is
So it's-
weird.
What is in like you've not even searched it and it's just come up?
Well, I have searched, but it's gone through all the results and it's pulled back something without me to click on the actual thing itself.
Ooh, that's weird.
But I shall
Very
send you
weird.
this, and then.
Oh, am I getting sent legal stuff?
Well,
Take
no,
action.
it just shows you what Phil's saying about like blocking your phone number,
Oh,
which
okay.
might be an idea for you to do
Might
that.
be.
Then that way you don't have creepy men. Have you got another story that's not quite as creepy as the other one?
Yeah. My other story is Lidl follow up.
Remind us of the previous little story.
So the little story is where they keep blocking in my bin with various objects and skips and things, and I still manage to get them and piss them off.
So the games continue.
The game has continued. They moved the bin.
Would you like to play a game?
They put this bin in like this back shed bit.
Oh my
like
god! Just
further
quickly,
back somewhere. Yeah,
you
go on.
should print up when you get back at the office. Print it off next time you go and you get the bin out. That on the new bin, at the front of it, do that picture of Jigsaw with
Yeah.
"Do you want to play a game?" You should put that on there just to fuck with them.
I actually was this an episode that I wasn't part of. I
Wait.
wonder.
Oh.
I don't remember this little story.
Well, do,
Oh,
do,
maybe
so,
I
do you want to recap it and explain
Okay.
where
So-
we're up to with this?
So this little job, the first time I went there to go and get it, they put like a barrel of concrete painted yellow and black. They call them bumblebees apparently, and they're on a little pallet, and they basically pick them up and put them to block people off from doing something. I guess I'm
Yeah.
guessing probably so I don't just walk in, like drive in there, pick up a bin and go. Is what I'm probably guessing. So anyway, the first time I went there, I delivered it, and then like a couple of weeks later, I went back to do my first exchange, and this bumblebee thing was in front of it. So I got on the phone and got on to move it. Blah, blah, blah. It took literally like an hour to get it all moved or whatever it did.
What?
So I was like, this is taking the piss. The next time I went back there, I didn't have time for that because I had school running about half an hour. So I was like, right, fuck this. Literally reverse straight up to it, used my hook, straight up over the bumblebee. They didn't realise I could just lift it up over the top. So I just lifted this thing right up over the top, put it down, put the new one back in place and just put it up over the top because obviously there's a gap between where you lift the bin up and put it onto your, it goes up over the top. They didn't realise I could do that. So I went back there next time and I was like, I know what I can do now. Fuck it. I'll just do it. They've moved the bumblebee slightly forward. So I'm like, okay. I can still get it. It's fine. So I just do it, put my arm down, extend my boom out so I can reach it, drag it forward, then lift over the top. No problem. Done. So I go back there next time. There's now this bumblebee further forward slightly to one of the sides, trying to catch me out, I'm guessing. So I'm like, that's fine.
Do you really think they're actually trying to do this on purpose?
A bit weird. It keeps moving. So I get back there and then I go on a bit of an angle and just pick it up and then drag it sideways and drag it out. Put the new one back in place. Off I go. The following time, there's now like skips and stuff, and like I had to drag it out sideways again. So the most recent time I've gone back there now, they've got to have done this on purpose. Come on, honestly, like it keeps moving. Like every other.
But you never actually
there,
spoke to anybody. You never have to talk to anybody, do you?
No, because I just get on and do it. Every other row bin there from other companies have the bumblebee exactly in the same spot in front of their bins. Mine was the only one that kept moving. Bit weird. Anyway, I thought this was a bit of a game. I enjoyed it. I don't care if they thought it was a game. I thought it was. Anyway, this last time I went back this week, I got there and they'd moved this bin into a completely different spot and parked a trailer in front of it.
And you're like challenge accepted?
Arctic trailer. So, and then there was a bumblebee slightly in front of it as well. So I was like, all right, okay, well, this is a little bit different. So I look at both directions and I'm like, no, I can still do this.
Oh, wow.
So I reverse up from a really dodgy angle at this point.
Actually, David.
Yes.
Can this be made into a level on your game? The
my
Chloe Bin
God.
challenge.
The Chloe Bin
Where you have
challenge.
to get one of these
Remind me in like a year, all right?
So I finally get to this bin, and then the only thing now is I know for a fact I can't put the other one back in place because it's just too hard. It was just that was a little bit beyond. I'd get it back, but not where it needs to be. So I managed to get on such a dodgy angle onto this bin, and then like you kind of exchange your boom out, and it's like I don't know, not even like 90-degree angles. It's really sideways, and I managed to just get the hook on just enough and drag it out sideways, and then get straight on it. I'm like, done, sweet. This second one, I'm just like, right, I'm just gonna put the other one back in where it originally was.
Nice.
So move that one out, put the new one, put it back where it's meant to be, and then off I went. That's my latest saga on that. That's as much as I know. I'm interested to see what happens next time. But that was a high point for me. I thought that's brilliant.
So this is clearly some health and safety guy. That is.
I think so.
But why though? Are you supposed to ask them to move the bumblebee?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, okay. I think the bumblebees are there, so
that's
people
that's
don't go in and do exactly what I do.
That is funny.
I've been enjoying it.
No, that is funny. That is funny.
The fact they've put a trailer there, right in front of it as well. There was no other place. There was just one trailer in front of this thing. There you go. That's my
There you go.
update.
You're a winner.
Still
You're a
got
winner.
it though.
It's fucking. It is ridiculous, isn't it? It is some health and safety guy. That's his job, and he's trying to
Yeah.
justify what he does. And it's like, oh,
I
well,
wouldn't-
procedure. The procedure says that she's supposed to get someone to come out to her, so let's make sure she follows our procedures with no kind of thing of like, you have a number of jobs that you need to do today. You cannot be going and asking people.
Yeah, I ain't
for
waiting around,
each
no.
job. No.
But I mean, I wouldn't mind if I phoned him and said I'm here or I'm like 5 minutes away, because I've done it before where I've been like 10 minutes and I say, look, heads up, I'm 10 minutes away. I'm gonna be there. Move that freaking thing. Get there. Nah, stop, not moved. That's when I was like, fuck you then, I'm doing it.
How far away is it from the yard?
It's only about 10-15. It's not far away at all.
Could you say to your boss, if they've put it in a position, if you have to wait for a certain amount of time, can you? Because when I was on tippers, we
Yeah.
used to charge a
waiting?
standing charge.
Yeah, after half an hour, it's £1 a minute.
Is it really nice?
Yeah,
Well, the £1 is not that. Well, that's not a lot.
if you've been waiting for a while, it's still
60
nice.
fucking
£60 an
not.
hour.
Is it? Fuck my boss. My old boss used to charge a lot more than that. A few
It
hundred quid an
depends.
hour.
I think if someone's really taking the piss, they might turn around and say, well, it's going to be such and such. But as a general rule, we just say £1 a minute. They either go, all right, no worries, we'll just pay the extra charge, or they don't, and then we get on with the job.
Because
is
I waited somewhere and they had a 78 hour, 78 hours of waiting charge. Yeah.
All right, well, if that's £1 a minute, that's like $7,500 nearly, 7,800, isn't it?
Don't know. I mean, obviously
I
you
don't
don't
know.
get charged
No,
for the
60.
nights, I don't think, but it was a lot. It was fucking huge amounts.
That is a lot of money. Well,
David's
it's different
Googling
businesses,
something.
isn't it, though? We're on quite fast paced, don't really wait around. I mean, the only thing it would be if it's going to take so long, they would just charge a wasted journey, and then they'd get charged a set amount, like 150 quid.
Well, this is
Most
what
of
I
the
mean.
time, we're coming away.
Maybe what you should do is, if it's there and no one comes out after 10 minutes, just say, listen, you're going to get charged. I'm going to have to turn around. I've got other jobs I
I'm
need to do.
glad none of you dissed my maths either, except for your wife, David. She was like correcting me. I was like, yeah.
I'm
no
going to
one
be
noticed.
actually honest with you. You said that
I
amount.
said it.
You said it, and I was just like, yep, that seems right. Yep, that seems
I
right.
said it out loud and went, no, hang on a minute. There's not 100 minutes in an hour, is there? We'll just flow over that one, yeah. But yeah. Yes.
I want to talk about something that I've discovered about myself lately. If you don't mind, are we able to transition?
I mean,
apparently so. Yeah, let's do
but where
it.
the fuck is this going?
No, nothing. It was just okay. I got a comment. All right. Now I get these comments a lot. All right, and it gets to me. It gets to me. So here's just the latest comment. All right. So this is one of my popular videos, and I'm getting especially a lot of people. This is probably the only video they're ever going to see. All right. So I read this, and this guy's probably never seen the inside of a truck, and he's probably best at everything that he does. There is a reason why he is playing a truck drive. He's a game driving trucks. I'm like, fucking asshole. I'm like, all right. So I actually respond pretty professionally, like, hey, 20 years trucking. All right, check out my earlier videos of the proof. Your comment is actually quite a compliment. I love it when people don't believe that I'm actually a truck driver. Now, the way I read that first comment, though, all right, I kind of read it in a way that you understood what I was getting at. But a week went by, and I keep thinking about that comment, as in like there was a part in it that didn't make any sense, and like and is the best at everything he does. All right, now I'm gonna read that comment again. All right,
go on.
But here again, all right. So this guy probably has never seen the inside of a truck. He's probably the best at everything he does. All right. There's a reason why he's playing a game driving trucks. So he was complimenting me the entire time. He just, I never said, you know what I mean? It's just that he was just saying that I probably haven't seen the inside of a truck. I'm just really good at everything I do because I was showing skill in that video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I automatically jump to a negative comment because basically it was negative. The way I read the first part of it, it was like, sort of whatever. It didn't matter what he said after that. I was going to
You
go
actually
like,
reread it, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I rethought about it.
It's kind of like a backhanded compliment. Almost,
that's what I call
though.
it as well.
Very...
it was a little bit as in like, yes, maybe because I'm just a guy playing a video game. All right, if you're playing Call of Duty, all right, a lot of people, it's probably very safe to say this guy has probably never even seen the back of a rifle and never shot anybody. You know what I mean? As in, like, that's probably true. Yeah, obviously that's probably true. But the same thing when it comes to video games. He just sees a guy playing a video game. All
Yeah.
right, and most of the time they're not the creator of the game either. Or most of the time too, they're not like most truck drivers don't play truck driving games. All right,
Yeah.
because they just do it for the real.
There's
You know what I
quite
mean?
a lot that do, though, isn't there?
There,
Isn't
there,
there
I'm
quite a
sure, I'm
lot?
sure there is, but there's a lot of who don't. I would nearly say 99% of people who play European Truck Simulator don't actually drive a truck. All right, but there is
Yeah,
quite a
probably.
few truck drivers who
There's
do.
quite a few, yeah.
But it is funny how I dip. I'm already on the defense mode. Every comment I get, especially when it says this guy. All right, I'm already like just by saying as in like but he could have easily said, hey, this wonderful guy, he's really good at everything he does and he plays truck driver, you know what I mean? And it's just interesting. And
How
all I
you
can
read
see is
stuff,
Tom's
yeah.
fucking eyes looking down at his
I
phone
know,
right now.
he's just sat on his phone.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
not. No. I'm
No, you're
I'm-
not.
I am, but I actually
Okay.
am doing something.
I know
What,
you're
what
doing
is this
something.
you're doing? What are you doing?
Are you putting
Well,
a comment?
Is it relevant?
Well, no. I was curious. I thought.
Do you
while
know
we
how
were, while
often
we're
you
looking
do
at-
this, by the way? Out of curiosity.
All the time.
This is my
It's really
rant
common
right
now.
Every
Okay,
time
am I
that
getting called
talk-
out now?
Yes, you're getting fucking called out because we.
And he's
basically,
still not
I get
looking
to
up,
choose.
David.
I know,
No,
right?
I'm trying to
He's
do
still
something.
looking down. And the thing
What
is,
are you
only
doing?
I believe half your attention is listening to me, but I'm looking at you not paying attention to me. I
it's
actually
really
I
rude.
can't read. All right. So can you please put the phone away?
I
Will
was
this be
doing
worth
so-
it?
What were
David,
you
I was
doing?
Well, I thought as we were talking about bad comments and stuff like that. I thought I'd dig
Oh,
up some of my
okay.
old bad comments and I'll
right.
go through some of mine. So what I was trying to do was I was trying to get some bad comments lined up so that way I can kind of have some examples of ones that I get. And I was going to see if I could get you to get some of yours, Chloe, and then we can all talk about some of bad comments and talk about how we
don't-
deal with said bad comments. So
Do you know what? I don't
how
think I
about
really got many.
fuck off.
You
I will say
fuck
though,
off. Because
I will
I'm
say though,
sorry.
with
Generally
the-
speaking, when I do ramble on for a little longer than average, eventually you go right to your phone, sir. Do you know how hard it is to not think? Like he's not even listening. Fuck him, why
really
am I even
rude.
bothering?
So
Chloe
rude.
does
What?
though. I could
Yeah,
I
thank
could
you.
question Chloe on anything and she'll remember. She's very good. I'm
I
sorry.
do fucking remember. No, what I like
don't
to do is
remember
I like to try and
anything.
get.
I tell you a story and then you try and use it on the bloody podcast. Oh, someone said this to me. Oh, yeah, that was fucking me, you dickhead.
What is going on? Is it just have a go at me day today? Jesus fuck.
It's
what
release the
story was
anger.
this, though?
What?
What's
Go
this
on.
now? Oh, I
Release
don't
the
know. There's been
Kraken.
about 3 or 4 that you've said and you've commented. And do
Am
you
I
know what?
allowed to look at some bad comments that I've got and like so I can bring some of these shits?
Go on.
I've read some of yours, those David. You get quite a lot where they say, "Oh, I
I-
bet he's never driven a truck before."
But I'm interested
Or-
if I read those comments again, and there's probably a few of them where they're actually not trying to insult me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just making observation because chances are, yeah, I've never driven a truck. There's a good chance that a YouTuber has not driven a truck when they're playing a video game. You know what I mean? So, and then
I
there's
do,
just,
I do think that, but you see, you find a lot of people with the like as an example, like there seems to be like a few industries, like for instance, pilots. You find a lot of pilots do actually still fly Microsoft Flight Simulator and stuff like that, and the same thing as like
you would
there
with
are a
that,
lot
though,
of
wouldn't you?
truck drivers that do actually kind of like to do that thing. Although that being on that same thing, have you seen that ex-army sniper, that old guy on TikTok?
no.
Who's
No.
fucking crazy good. Like,
Is he shooting real bullets or is he
crazy.
shooting
No,
airsoft?
no. He's playing like stuff like Call of Duty and shit like that. But like,
Oh, the old guy.
like,
Oh, is he?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like,
his name has something to do with an old guy.
yeah,
Grandpa.
it did, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. He gives tips and everything when it comes to the sniping and everything, and like this is where you need to shoot, and this is how you calculate it, and blah blah blah. I'm like, I've seen him. I've seen him play Call of Duty, and he's like, you have to have really. I didn't realize he actually had experience in the real world of this. I just thought he was just loved playing video games. That's interesting.
And well, from what I understand, he's a proper ex-army sniper. He's
Mm.
yeah. So
That's
I think
pretty cool.
yeah.
But
It's very, very, very
I
cool.
think generally speaking, it is a good bet that the person who's playing the video game has never done exactly what he's doing in the real world. You know what I mean? So it's yeah. But anyway,
I'm just looking at comments now. I think I've only ever had like one bad comment. All mine have been pretty nice and pretty good.
I feel like I've got a good problem. All right, the fact that I've got so many bad comments, you know what I
Means you're
mean?
good.
It means that I get
but
views.
A lot of
you
your
know?
like when I've read your comments and stuff, a lot of yours are trying to diss something like, this isn't even a real truck. Where you've had like the real footage, bird's eye view, and you put all this effort, and they're like,
Yeah, but they're not
this is
gonna
just
put
a
that.
video game, and it's like, no, this is actually real. If you look, this is actually real, and it's just like, in actual fact, like they really are complimenting you because they've got nothing to go on. They just look and presume, and you're like,
Yeah.
no, it's real. This is actually me.
I've had some
So-
guys saying, I was like, oh, this is in reverse. He actually, you know.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
You know, where one of my videos actually it got kind of popular. There was two situations in that video, and one of them I actually did reverse the video.
Did you really?
I did. There was only one person commented on it saying, "As in like, oh, he totally had it in reverse." You just can't tell because you're doing the exact same thing. Is the thing, you know? I've seen some videos where like, wait, is that backwards or that forward? I can't even tell because I do the exact same. You do the exact same movements, so it didn't really matter. It just looked really good, you know. I'm like, let me just put that one on. You know, what I mean,
I found one.
oh, okay.
I found
Hey.
one. I knew if I looked for a second, I'd definitely find one. So do you know the one where it's the rookie driver and I'm out on the Cumbrian roads and it's like narrow roads and I'm
Right.
doubled up. Do you know that one?
Yeah. Wait, with Zoe.
You're presuming that we've watched all
Yeah,
your
yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got that one.
Yeah.
I
So
haven't
here you
watched all
go.
his videos though. I just know.
It's
that one.
basically in it. I was talking about basically the facts of like on the Cumbrian roads, you have to have like a kind of like a very defensive driving style where there is a fine line, and you do have to be quite kind of assertive in how you are. Chloe, you know this. With the roads that you're on, you know that you have to, because
You have to take
otherwise
the road,
they
otherwise people
fucking
take piss.
pile
Yeah.
up. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is this comment here. There's a fine line between defensive driving and being a twat. And you crossed it. And for me, you crossed it. Shouldn't have been paired up. Multiple times you bordered on dangerous driving and could have ended a lot worse if people weren't paying attention or refused to yield. You also need to remember that you're a moving billboard for your company who pay your wages, and if you get away with it from everything, and I can't imagine your manager will be happy with you driving in that manner. Love the videos usually, Tom. Not this one.
Fuck's sake.
By the way, that was actually my boss's favourite video that I actually she genuinely loved that one.
But the other thing though is when you like do videos like that, it actually looks a lot faster than it is. You can't tell the proper perspective.
Yes.
And that was a really intense one. That was really good. I enjoyed that one because I remember that one because you wouldn't shut up.
I need to watch that one. Can you? Okay, so I'm on the comment section of my YouTube channel right now. So what's?
Go on.
We can do.
Oh no, David. Can you pay attention to what we're saying? I don't go and start looking at your computer. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there.
Yeah.
I'm going there.
So-
yeah.
What's a certain? I haven't looked yet. I figured we could do it together. All right. So what word do you think? Like, let's say moron. All right. I'm going to type out moron. Let's see how many times moron pops up.
Oh,
right.
can you do that?
I didn't know you could do that. Do it.
No,
Yeah.
lie.
So MORON. Is that how you spell moron? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I don't.
Then can you search this guy?
This guy? Oh, this
Yeah, you
guy.
said
Yeah.
this guy.
All right, the first one. Bro leaves these morons behind. Okay, actually, that's not a bad one. David, you're definitely the opposite of a moron. Okay, this is not the comments I was expecting. Where's the word moron in it? By no means you are a moron. Maybe, you know what? To be honest with you,
Maybe moron's a good thing.
I think I've actually called myself a moron in that.
Okay, that doesn't help then.
I think the comment actually this wasn't me commenting on an actual comment. The video was about a comment, and the guy called me a moron. So there we go. All right.
Okay.
So
Can
we
you
can
search this guy? Because you said a
Okay,
lot of the
this
comments
guy.
start this guy.
This
This
guy.
guy.
All right. Incredible, creative, and talented teacher. This guy is the OG of OGs.
This is not helping our point, and it is just giving David.
Is this guy for real? Okay.
Oh.
And then laughing. One. Okay. All right. This guy has probably never seen the inside of a truck. Okay. That's the one I did.
That's from your son.
So my guy, thank you very much for helping. And you okay? I don't see this guy
That's
though.
a positive one.
All right. Fire guy who invented this parking. Okay, where's the okay? They're just looking for guy now at this point. All right, fair enough. Okay.
Okay, well that backfired.
Positive. Hold on. Next page. Positive. Never mind. All right. Maybe
Maybe you just literally look at the negative and you read too much into it and you need to look outside of that.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right on that one.
Well, you actually, because we talked about something which was my dude. Something that which I think you when I said it to you, because you'd read it as a kind of like a
I've heard. Okay, it's the word. Hey, like you know how my guy is now a thing, as in like our bro.
I don't. But go on, yeah.
My guy does this, and like it's just there's a lot of.
It's obviously an American thing, but yeah.
No. I get this from all over the world. All my comments are from all over the world, but they're not. It's just you'll see it. I don't know. Just even Philip DeFranco does it. You know what I mean? He says my guy, or my bro here, and they're referring to the person as like this person here. All right, but they replace that with my guy. And like I don't know, I've always just found it annoying, and sometimes it's very it's using it. Usually, there's an insult that comes after it, or it's something as like my guy over here is a moron, my guy over here can't drive, or whatever it is. You know, they're not saying it to me. I'm just reading. Like a lot of it is I'm reading comments on other people's videos or whatever, right? But it's been rare. Anybody's I don't know. For some reason, when I hear it, I just don't. I feel what's that word I used? It was not insulting, but I don't know. There was this. I never liked it, and I asked Tom to stop calling me my guy. All right, my guy. Is that what it was? My guy or my bro?
No, it was no. It's
my dude. My dude.
It's my dude. It's like
it's my dude.
Like,
yeah,
but,
same
but
thing.
For me, it's like what I've been saying stuff like, "How you doing, my dude? You're good." Like so it's more kind of it's more like that. So it's more of a first person kind of like so rather than saying my dude over here. I wouldn't say that, but I'm like you're good, my dude. Like what's going on? So it's kind of more of a first person you're talking to. But it is interesting how like because there's a skit on it. And I'm trying to think who it was. Oh, yeah, there might be a Kyle and Peele one where they're texting each other and they're both having very, very different, and it's like I'll see you outside.
I think
I'll see you outside. I'll see and it is that kind of like you kind of it is very easy to read something in a negative way, especially if you've had a kind of like a bit of a negative mindset going in. And you kind of like you have an immediate kind of like thing, but like I won't say who it is, but so someone that I know at my work. He had a bit of an incident with someone where basically they cut him up, and he's boiled over, and he's this is at like fucking late at night. He's actually stopped. He's like slammed the brakes on and like stopped their car and got out fucking screaming at them, shit like that. But like, and don't get me wrong, I used to carry some anger with me with stuff, and I've made a concerted effort. By the way, I'm not saying this. I'm just saying this kind of like more negative headspace stuff where like I like, and the driving is just a kind of a thing of that. But I used to have like a very negative headspace, and if someone cut me up, I'd definitely have that red mist where I was like, "You fucking twat! What an absolute dickhead you are!" But I felt like I was carrying so much of that.
It's stressful as well.
It kind of it made me, and it almost made me go and look out for more. It was like because I started almost anticipating it.
Yeah.
And whereas now I kind of like I've got myself into a mindset where I'm not. And if someone cuts me off, well, fuck it, I don't know. I don't know the rat's ass. Like it's not my. But again, the same thing is, and I did have it with the YouTube comments for a short while, where again I was going into it and I was expecting the negativity, but like what I kind of started doing is I started making a bit of a joke out of it and having a bit of a laugh over it, and kind of just being like, oh, well, they're just sad, aren't they? What? That's just pathetic. But
Yeah.
it is very kind of, especially when so much of your world and your livelihood as well, in fact, revolves around that. When you're getting when like a kind of like a massive chunk of your life has a negative element coming out of it, it is, I can imagine it being very, very stressful, because that was just me as a hobby, whereas this is your kind of livelihood. So I could see how like criticism coming from it, it's kind of like it's you kind of, especially when you kind of like when it's your business, your livelihood, your kind of your
especially because
whole
it's a
goes
digital.
into this.
It's a digital where I feel like I can't defend myself, or you know, if somebody calls you stupid, you just want to go, "Hey, no, I'm not stupid. You're fucking stupid, you asshole." And like, how dare you? know,
You've got to be
I'm not
professional
allowed to
about
do
it
that
almost.
because
Yeah.
because of
Because you're a
reviews.
professional, yeah.
And they could ruin me. You know, now I've actually I've started to go live on TikTok every day now. I go for like an hour, 2 hours every day. I'm just playing my game, and most of the questions are like, "Hey, where are you from? Where are you from? Where's that accent from? Where's that accent from?" You know what I mean? It's a lot of it is, and I'm from Ireland. Okay, what part of Ireland are you from? I feel like half my conversation is all about Ireland, you know, or answering those questions. So I've tried to actually on the screen, I went ahead and put the Irish flag and then the American flag and now the Cork crest. So those questions can get avoided. But whatever, anyway. But I get a lot. I do get a lot of in an hour and a half. I get around 35,000 eyeballs throughout the entire time. You know what I mean?
God.
Sometimes that could be a quick little. Okay, he's boring. He's boring. you know, but on average, it's around 500 or 600 people. But then I used to care. I used to freak out that if I'm not talking, I'm going to lose them or whatever. You know what I mean? As in, like, I used just absolutely just freak out, and it's not so bad now. I'm like, cool. You know, I talk, and then sometimes I don't, and then like, oh, hold on, I'll be right back. You know what I mean? It's become a lot easier. Like I definitely
a lot more
like
natural.
my very first time ever going live. The sweat was pouring off me. I was so nervous that I'm actually talking to people. You know what I mean? And I know it's different, but I'm much better. What's that called where you're scared to be in public? Sorry, public speaking, is it? Yeah,
It's like
it's
a
public
phobia,
speaking.
isn't
the
it?
anxiety of it.
Yeah, as in like not so much anymore. Now, I remember being at a wedding one time, my brother's wedding, and he asked me to, "Hey, can you go on stage and or there's a
Speech or
and
something.
list and make can you write out the notes that people have said who couldn't come?" Have you ever heard of those? Yeah, where people actually they read notes for people who weren't able to make it. So, and this is just a note. So, like this is from Mrs.
Oh, I
and
didn't know you
Mrs.
could do that. Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't know that either. And like, yeah, I'll totally read it. So here are all the emails that we got from people. Here are all the lists, and we just want you just read them out. Oh my god, I couldn't say no, but I was like, I was panicking. I rehearsed so many times. I didn't want to stutter because like if I stutter, everyone's going to like. I'm afraid I'm gonna get cut off.
Judge you.
Like, yeah, there's just something when you're on there. There's just a million things that I feel like that is going on, but it's not. They're there to laugh. They're not there to anything. They're there to encourage you. Like they're there to laugh. If it's somewhat sounds like it's funny, they're gonna laugh. It may not even be that funny. It's not a laugh out loud funny, but everybody was laughing. You know what I mean?
Chuckle, get him in the mood. Yeah.
It is so interesting how different it really is. You know, when you are talking in front of so many people. You know, there's been a few times I actually got a little rattled while I'm live in front of 600-700 people, and then I realized because I get like people are complaining and like what's with the lines? You know that on my game there's these red lines and green lines. Basically, the green lines just is connected to the truck, and the red lines are connected to the trailer. It just tells you the same information that you would be if you were sitting in a cab. That's the information that you're getting. That's basically because you can look in your mirrors and see where where your truck's pointing to. When you're looking down on something, it's a little harder to tell where you're pointing towards. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's what. But anyway, so I'm trying to explain that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that question got a little rattled now, didn't it? I'm like, then I'm all embarrassed because I got called out, and I didn't realize I was like, because I forgot how many people was actually listening to me. I was like,
But the thing is, because I'll be honest with you, them lines. So some people don't know what you're talking about, but like, have we explained what you're doing for those people? Some people who don't know, basically,
What the
David has
actual
a
game.
game which is a
Fucking
2D
learning
top
game,
down
yeah.
educational, and I'll come back to that part in a second. Game where, well, no, because I've got a point on that. But
Okay.
like, basically, it's an educational game where like it teaches you to reverse a truck. That's pretty much what the whole point of the game is.
Yep.
And when I first played it, I did not like them arrows because they kind of got in the way of me. But then I kind of like I remembered. They kind of like the lines, should I say? But the lines, I didn't like the lines because I felt like they were kind of getting, like they were kind of like they were distracting. But then, like I was like, oh, but actually, at its core, this is an educational game. This is to teach stuff, and that's the purpose of that is to teach. So you've got them reference points because that's what it is at its core. Is don't get me wrong, it's a fun game, but it is first an educational game.
Yeah.
A bit like Sesame Street. You know, it's educational, but Big Bird's there, so you can also have fun with it. It's all good. I don't know why I picked Sesame Street after. I could have gone with any example, but for some reason I went with Sesame Street. Don't know why. We're running with that joke, so fuck it.
Oh, I love Sesame Street. I hate when the kids don't watch it. But because there is some funny stuff going on. Grover, you know who Grover is on Sesame Street?
Yeah. Is this where we're going?
Hold on. He does some very funny. He does some really like basically reenact famous TV shows, like Game of Thrones. He's the blue guy. He's a superhero. Sometimes he's a superhero.
With the nose.
No, wait. No, is that Grover?
No, that's someone else, isn't it? No, that's something else.
I can't remember who that is. But anyway,
I'll figure it out.
There's some really funny ones. And basically they're just that's Gonzo from the Muppets.
Gonzo. That's what I'm thinking of. Muppets.
But there's some really funny stuff that they do, you know. And he does a lot of reenactments of other stuff like Harry Potter. But they make it a little bit educational, but it's kind of funny. It is actually very entertaining for the adult, because I think it's very important that the adult is entertained as well.
But I think because they do make so many of them, and because in a day it is adults that make them, the reality is they are going to chuck stuff in for. You look at like there are like some kids TV shows where you're looking at them, and like I think some obviously examples like that, Fairly Odd Parents and stuff like that, where there are adult jokes in it, and there are stuff like because in a day they still need to. So I think it's still going. It's Fairly Odd Parents. I'm sure Ollie watched
I don't think the Fairly Odd Parents.
Something goes. Yeah, there's like a new one. I think, isn't there? Like a 3D version. It's like. Have any of you watched Inside Out 2 yet?
No, it's on Kale's work.
What's that? What is it called?
Inside Out. So the first one came out.
Oh, it's not 2017. It's gone.
The second one's just come out. Movie? It's doing really well in the cinema.
It's with the emotions in the head or something, isn't it? Is that the one?
Yeah, it's really good. The new one is really good, and it's got like an anxiety attack, and it kind of explains. It's like so well done.
Really, that's very
cool.
It's
really well done. Like you watch this anxiety attack happen. There's like anxiety in the brain, and it's just like for a kid program, it's amazing. And then when you watch it as an adult, and you're like, oh my god, this is probably like what it's like. You know, it's just it's really well done. And Logan, bless him, this is like. Other than Jurassic World, this is the first film he's been desperate to see.
Interesting.
So excited by it. So yeah,
did he enjoy it
last night? Oh, he loved it. He literally said, "This is the best film I've ever seen."
Really?
I was like, was it really? I said, "What? Better than Jurassic World?" He goes, "Better than Jurassic World." I was like, "What?"
Okay, that'll be the next movie.
I feel really bad for saying that. He said
is it out?
Really bad.
Is it in the movie theater or is it on?
It was
HBO?
in the theater, but it's on. I think it's on Disney Plus now. But you need to watch the first one.
I watched Borderlands. My son was very excited.
Oh,
I say,
tell me about it.
So fucking bad.
Oh, really?
What?
So bad.
That's the one based on the game, isn't it?
It was absolute and utter trash.
I've heard it's bad.
awful. Just awful. Like I got up at one point to just go I went to the toilet, but I'll be honest, yeah.
Is it bad because you played the game?
No, it
Did you go to
just
the cinema?
yeah. Because we can go to the cinema for free now.
Oh, of course.
Because Kel works at a cinema,
Oh, okay.
but she doesn't
You
work
go
at like
just
just
go there.
any like random. She works for this like proper local cinema. They only have 60 seats in each cinema thing.
That's cool.
That's
So it
sick.
is like really small.
It's like a
Like
nice
it's
one.
so nice, and it's like as well as that, like a drink, like a big drink. How much is a big drink in America for like a cinema, or like in the UK?
In the UK,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
really expensive.
It's like a tenner. It's like $10. I think it's like $20 for drink, popcorn, and some candy.
It's probably
Yeah.
not far
18
off it.
maybe.
That's
So
the same in here.
It's £2.50 for a big
all right.
drink, and you get a refill.
Wow.
Or something like that. It's
Wow.
something like not a lot, and then the popcorn you get a refill and shit like that, and it's like genuinely like really good. Like, and
Like
it's quite
people
really
actually
nice.
pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't mind, and you know, it's I don't know, like you get in there, it's really, but like obviously between the showings, like they play board games and stuff like that together. Because
What, the
like they're
staff
sitting
do?
down, the staff do sit down and play board games, stuff like that between showings. It's fucking ace. It's so fucking cool.
That's
Like,
amazing.
it's genuinely a cool job. Like,
Speaking of
That's
games,
well cool.
there was an interview. Have you seen Daredevil or The Punisher or whatever those things on Netflix? You know, do you remember have you seen those on Netflix? You know, The Punisher,
I've
Daredevil.
seen them
What is it?
on
Yeah.
Netflix,
Yeah.
but I've
Jessica
not
Jones.
watched them.
Okay, all right. Remember
Yeah.
the blonde? You remember the blonde lawyer? She was. I think there's a blonde girl in it anyway, but I think she's a lawyer. But she was part of a podcast.
No, she not a lawyer. She wasn't a lawyer. Was she one of the clients? She was the first client that
Yes, I
she had.
thought she was a lawyer.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
she
okay.
she became
that's
their
right.
assistant.
That's right.
didn't
That's
she?
right.
Or
That's
like
right.
something like that. She was like their receptionist.
No,
or
I can't remember the name of the guy that she was interviewing, but he was Shane from Lost. He was the Punisher, basically.
Yeah.
And she's a D&D person. She writes
What, for real
campaigns.
life or just?
What's it called? Dungeon
Yeah.
Master. She's a dungeon master. Her
Really?
her side gig is creating stories. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Campaigns, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's talking to Shane from Lost / The Punisher and a million other things that he does. But you know who I'm talking about as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I know
So,
what you
I mean,
mean.
He's
Kel-
a pretty
Kel
he's a
would know him
badass.
from
He's
from-
okay.
yeah.
He's a badass. All right, absolutely. But she's explaining Dungeons and Dragons to him, and he's interested in it. And but the way she's saying it to him, and she was like, huh, would you like to play? And she's like, kind of like, I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, yeah, I'll play some. No, let's do it right now. Oh, okay, all right. And the way the conversation was going isn't like it did a good thing for Dungeons and Dragons. I think a lot
Yeah.
because I think it's a very very popular clip. And the fact that Shane from Lost is getting a little like okay, and he's kind of getting into it, And I was just wondering if you saw that clip, but it's a good little clip, and she's literally started playing with it, and like so this is what happened, and she's nice to listen to as well, and it's just I don't know, I was just wondering if you saw that because you're a big D&D guy, and eventually we're going to do that a campaign that you
Oh, yeah,
did,
fuck
yeah.
I
that.
would love to do that. I would love to do that. Like genuinely, I'd be well down for that shit.
But I was just wondering. I just wanted to bring that up because you are such a D&D guy that you might have actually even seen it.
Such a geek.
But we do have facts of wife. Would you believe?
Whoop,
Very
whoop.
nice. Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
so
We'll do it.
let's go ahead and get that started.
Well, hello, everyone. Ball and Chain here. It's been a while. Missed you guys.
It has been a while.
Today, we're going to be talking about marriage. So, I'm going to give you a description of some form of marriage ritual or ceremony, and you're going to guess the country it comes from.
Okay, I'm
So,
down.
in this country, on the night before the wedding, some believe the groom's feet should be beaten with fish and canes as a test of character.
Should be beaten with fish and canes.
Some people. What? Hang on. What? Have we got to guess who's done this?
So basically, what we're doing is we're guessing what country that is a tradition in. Fish and canes.
China.
Oh, I gotta say, like, ah,
No,
Iraq.
canes.
I mean, that was the first one. Was I thought fish and canes because
Well, they've got a thing with feet, with the little feet, with women, haven't they? Someone says India.
I'm not going to say. Well, I wasn't really part of an Indian wedding. I was part of an Indian wedding, but we didn't have it in India. We had it in Sri Lanka, which is just south of India.
Is this?
But we did it there because the Indian wedding was like 2 weeks long, and the Sri Lankan wedding was like 5 days long or something, you know. So, but I didn't hear anything but fish.
Is it?
being
Is this
hit.
See,
like, like the wife's got to do it at night or something, or is this just someone does it?
I don't know.
I mean, my
Alright.
first instinct was like Sweden or like Norway. That was like my
Iceland.
first kind of like somewhere in that kind of that region. But yeah, go on. Let's see the
Alright.
answer.
Well, I'm thinking where you get canes from. Go on then.
Oh, I
Sugar
didn't
cane?
think about that because canes.
Yeah,
Where
Well,
are you
that's why I
getting?
thought
Because
panda, like
a cane.
sugar cane, or
That's not
or like
bad
the other
actually.
canes. That's what I was
That's not
thinking. That's why I
bad.
thought pandas, or well, that's
I
bamboo
bet yeah.
canes.
I bet
isn't
yeah.
it?
Okay, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna go Indonesia or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna
Just a bit,
say.
'cause I think you're on something with the canes.
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna
Iraq
go somewhere
for
really
some-
random then, like Iceland.
Okay.
They fish.
South Korea.
Fish. They're very popular for fish.
Well,
aren't
yeah.
they?
Well, be honest, it was
Yeah.
it was one of the two that I was thinking because I did think China, but I just thought it was just China as a kind of thing. But it was only when Chloe said about the canes that I was like, so I'd thought either Norway or China, but then Chloe said China. I was like, oh, well, but second she said cane, I was like, you know what? Because this is something that's clearly like over thousands of years, and it's something that
that's
must
something
be
that they've had.
a local thing. And whereas you
Mhm.
don't, that's not something in Norway. Like that is something that kind of region, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next one.
Still weird.
In what country is the bride expected to cry every day for a month before the wedding, before singing a crying wedding song on her wedding day?
What, like, as in you have to make her cry, or she
I don't-
physically
she's
just
just
has to cry, or
Well,
God damn you,
she's
women,
ex-
cry! Slaps
there's
you
an
with a
interesting
cane.
word. She's expected to cry. Doesn't mean she has to cry. She's just expected. Does that make sense?
But
like-
then what happens if you don't cry?
I don't know. Like I expect my
does
son to brush his teeth
God
every
look
day.
down on you?
Doesn't mean it's going to happen. You know.
And shouldn't in Russia they just cry anyways, don't they? Because it's Russia.
It's tradition. Who have I seen that cries?
If
I'm
I
sure
say
I've seen a
Iraq
film.
for every answer, I wonder if I eventually get it right.
Is it where they set up marriages? So
I'd say
the woman
so.
doesn't know they're getting married, doesn't know the man, so they're expected to cry because it's
Pakistan.
haunting. Wasn't that India where, as well? that
That's
does
that's
that?
India. It's Pakistan. It's
Is that the same sort of place? I reckon it's something like that. I reckon it's
Yeah.
some sort of arranged.
Well, no, I've not guessed yet. I've not. Whoa.
Ooh. Or do you think it's like
'Cause I'm
passionate
thinking-
people, like Latinas or something like that?
Well, I was thinking about South America, but then it's all very Christian, and it doesn't sound like a very Christian thing. That this sounds like more of a.
A
I
sexist
don't
thing.
know. I don't know. Like I'm gonna say. Actually, no. I'm gonna say something like Bulgaria.
Ooh.
that sounds about right. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to Iraq again.
I'm going India. Arranged marriage.
Okay.
That's very
China.
dark.
Oh
fuck.
wow. Just
No way.
all right, China. There we go. All right, next.
In what country is there a pre-wedding custom called blackening that involves friends and family members of the bride and groom throwing various substances such as mud, rotten food, and feathers onto the couple?
For fuck's sake. Iraq.
Throwing what? Throwing mud, rotten food.
Substances. Who likes rotten food?
Blackening.
Africa.
Oh wow.
Throwing mud. I don't know. I think this might be like another, like like
It's gonna be a
Asian
weird
thing.
one. It could be.
Is what I think.
So I'm having
sounds
organising
like a
Uganda.
site. I'm going to say Mongolia. Is what I'm going to say on this one.
Okay.
It's not good. That's quite a good idea.
Damn it, mud. What was the other one? There was mud, rotten food.
Rotten food
Yeah.
and
Was it
See
rocks
now,
or
roasters.
because of Chloe, we're all trying to dissect the question to try and get what clues we can out of it.
well, that's why I went Africa. There's a lot of dirt, isn't there?
Well, Africa is not a country.
There's a lot of dirt all over. I mean, it's a very dirty planet. This.
You could say Africa, and it could be one of the many countries
Plus,
that
as
are
well,
in Africa.
Africa's real big. You need to be more specific than Africa.
Okay, I'm going to say Asia. All right, there we go.
You can't.
She said Africa. You might as well just say Europe.
Well, I said Mongolia.
Mongolia. So, you said Asia. So if it is Mongolia, I get it right too. Obviously, I think it's going to be Iraq.
But you have to say country, not continent. That's the rules.
Scotland. So the messy ordeal is
What?
believed to prepare the couple for the challenges they may face in their married life.
Where was it?
Where the fuck are
Scotland.
you getting this information?
Scotland. Is that what she said? Scotland.
She said
Yeah.
Scotland, yeah.
Me and my missus were going to get married in Scotland. We didn't hear about this.
You ain't doing that now, are you?
No.
Yes, do it. I can throw mud at you. I don't think Kayla would be down for that. Should we get
don't know,
married
I
in
can imagine.
Scotland where we throw mud at you and rotten fish guts and stuff? Yum.
Should I ask her?
You should.
Yeah, you should. Definitely should.
1 second.
Why is
One
it
second.
a thing in Scotland? That's
Let's
so
let me just
weird.
quickly.
Well, you gonna ring her up and ask her?
She
Can
worked.
you
Yes,
hear this?
you
1
are.
second. No, she's downstairs.
I missed that ringtone. Dial tone.
Hello?
Hey, I just need to ask you a quick question. You're on the podcast, just a heads up. Right, just hear me out. Right, so we were talking about getting.
millionaire.
And it's a bit like that, but you said that you were thinking about getting we were thinking about getting married in Scotland. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Are you aware that if we get married there, we're going to have mud and rotten food thrown at us the night before? Are you still okay with that?
What are you on about?
That's a traditional thing in Scotland, apparently.
It's called blackening.
I call bullshit.
It's called blackening.
Okay.
So is that a no then?
That's an absolutely not.
Right. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Love you.
Was that it?
That's it.
No context.
No.
Just-
Alright,
Bye
cool.
bye.
I mean, I think I would have been more concerned if she went, "Yeah, let's do it."
Honestly, Mikhail, you never know. She likes to throw a curveball, and that's
You caught her in the.
One
you
of the
caught her
reasons-
watching
Sounds
Millionaire,
fantastic.
so she's annoyed already. All right. So, who does that, by the way? Who does Millionaire now?
No, she's saying it. It sounds like I think she's
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
it's,
but
it's
who
like
presents
being on a
it?
millionaire. It was
Oh.
last time. It was
What's his face?
Yeah,
Jeremy
what's his
Clarkson.
face?
yeah.
Jeremy
Oh,
Oh,
Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Jeremy
That's
Clarkson,
right.
yeah.
It didn't
Yeah.
seem right for him. For some reason, it didn't. He just anyway.
He's
All
a
right,
car
next,
dude, isn't it? Not
yeah.
right.
Next one.
Okay, this one's really fucked up. In what country is there a wedding tradition called no bathroom for 3 nights? It confines the couple to their house, where family and friends smear the couple with a mix of rice, flour, and ash, symbolizing their transition from single to married life. The bride and groom are not allowed to use the bathroom during these days.
What do they
Wow,
use
you're
then?
really going to get to know that person. Then surely they would have.
What do they use? Like outdoors then? To be honest, I thought she meant they were gonna like do it in a bucket and then that's what they were gonna get
That's
smeared
probably
with.
it.
So I'm quite
Oh,
happy
oh.
that that's what it was.
I'm
Well,
going to go
I'm sure-
Vietnam on this.
Vietnam.
do,
Okay.
they get to go? Do they get to go? Or do they have to hold it
Vietnam.
in?
No,
can't
they
hold
get
it
to
in for
poop.
3
They get to
days.
poop. They get to poop in the actual room. I think there might be a bathroom, maybe but I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty fucked up, So it always like that reminds me of a story that my wife told me. She was in
Let's
her and
not
her
have a
boyfriend.
curry.
Her and her boyfriend back in the. They went to somewhere in in Asia. I can't remember exactly where it was, but they were basically in the apartment for a few days, and they couldn't really leave because they had food poisoning. So they were
Oh,
shitting
no.
together, and it was just, and they were, I can't imagine what it was like, where they're just. It wasn't. It was like a third world area kind of thing. You know what I mean, or a second world.
Oh,
I don't know.
no.
But, it was.
I
It
mean, you're
was just.
definitely
She
gonna-
told me the story, and like basically they definitely weren't shy about shitting in front of each other after that. You know, and it was just something that because they just got food poisoning. It was just, that's what it reminds me of. But
Wow, that's just
anyway.
horrendous in itself.
Absolutely.
Hang on a minute.
Um,
So they're not allowed to use the bathroom. Do they have to do it in front of each other though?
I'm guessing. Sorry. Anyway, so let's find out what the answer is. Okay.
Go on then.
What my
I
guess
got-
is?
Iraq.
Chloe,
Thailand.
don't read that.
That's where my wife was.
Oh.
Oh,
That's where
right.
She got her, that's where she got her food poisoning.
I was
anyway.
hoping that was the answer and I was going to use it.
Well, use it anyways.
Yeah, I'm using
This
it.
was from Indonesia. It's from
Ooh.
a specific community called the Tudong. And it's believed that enduring this challenge together will help the couple bond and develop a strong foundation for their marriage. And they do get to wash and change after this, and it marks the end of the ritual, and then they get to begin their new life together.
God damn it.
Wash and change. Do they do it in their pants?
Oh, so they shit themselves.
Yeah, well, she didn't. It says she doesn't do that much research on it. She just heard the fact and just went. But anyway,
Yeah,
let's
but
move
I
on.
reckon so. That's wow.
There's a specific culture in what country where the father of the bride spits on his daughter's head and chest before she leaves her home to join her new husband in an act intended to bring good luck and prosperity to the couple.
It's just stupid.
By spitting on her chest.
It's just stupid. I don't even want to guess. Fucking Iraq.
What? What? A first wedding? Did they decide that was acceptable?
I
Oh,
know,
I'm just
right?
gonna spit on you, darling.
There
and then the
has to
next
be
person
one
goes,
person. Yeah.
"My God, we need to do that
I mean,
to my
this
daughter on
sounds
their wedding
this sounds
day."
like a very abusive father that did it to his
Yes.
daughter, and then when her
then it caught
when
on.
she had a kid, she was like, "Well, I mean, my dad spat on me the night before, so maybe that's what's normal." No, this isn't normal. This is child abuse. Don't do that. That's bad. This is bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We already know
where
what my
we going?
answer is.
Iraq, and then fuck, I don't know. I mean, all of these have been. I'm going to go Vietnam again.
Mongolia. Only because it says it in the chat.
It
as
comes
something else.
from Kenya's Maasai culture.
Okay.
Wow.
Fair enough. No judgment.
Probably checks out.
I have judgment.
Wow.
In this country, the bride's sisters and female cousins attempt to steal the groom's shoes and hide them. The groom must then negotiate with the women to get his shoes back, often resulting in a playful bargaining session.
I thought I was going to go somewhere else. I really did. It didn't go to where you're thinking that I thought it was going to go. But this doesn't seem like Iraq this time. So
No, is this like
I you know what? I'd say Iceland. It seems more like an Icelandic thing. You know?
I was going
or-
to say Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like something nice and fun.
I'm going
So-
Greenland just because it's different to Iceland.
Okay.
India.
Oh.
Wow.
We're
Okay.
so off.
Yeah, we were really off. I was trying to...
I think I scored a point or got close, and that's been pretty much it. We've not done well.
Oh,
We
I
at
don't
all.
keep
really
points in this one.
failed.
Okay, well I'm winning.
No, you
so-
said Indonesia for a different question, then answered Indonesia again. A few questions later. I think that's what you might be getting confusing with.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
just
know,
mix
maybe.
up the questions and answers. That's all it is. Wow.
In certain regions of what country is it tradition for the groom's friends and family to playfully kidnap the bride during the wedding reception? And it's the groom's task to find and rescue her. And hint, we've already had this country, so I'm going to narrow down the playing field for you.
So not Iraq. Okay.
India.
it's-
I'm going to go guess. This sounds like an Indian thing.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
So there was Kenya, there was China, Indonesia,
Kenya. I'm going
I-
Kenya because they spit on them first, and then they kidnap them. That makes total sense.
All right, I'm gonna go with Indonesia.
Yeah,
what'd you say, Tom?
China.
Okay.
South Korea.
For fuck's
Oh.
sake.
I'm wrong again.
All right. Next one.
The tradition of wearing the wedding ring on the fourth finger of the left hand can be traced back to what ancient culture? It's the name of a country.
Egypt.
It's what ancient culture. The name, and then
just
she said
think-
the name of the country.
Like she just wants to know the name of the country. Is that what it is?
Maybe like the Romans, because I don't know. Because like I'm trying to think, because the reason why I say the Romans is just
I'm going
because
Greeks.
it became a kind of a Christian thing, and obviously the Roman Empire became the Christian Empire, and that's my theory.
I'm going Greek.
Or like maybe like the Mesopotamians, something like that. Because it has to
Okay.
be something like kind of. It has to have come in from. It has to have come in from Rome at some point. So it's either the Romans or something that they've brought in. Because it could be Celtic, couldn't it?
I'm going Greek. I'm not even thinking it. I'm just doing it.
You know what? I think Tom might be right. So when you say Celtic, you're thinking like Irish.
Yeah,
In a way,
and then as the Romans are kind of taking it on, because the Romans they did kind of take over, but they also assimilated stuff into their. So and I wonder if maybe it was Celtic, which then kind of went to Rome, and then so on and so forth. So I'm going to say Celtic. I wonder if maybe it was like something like Ireland.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good answer. I'll stick with Egypt. All right, with a
Okay.
backup of Iraq.
Yeah, it comes from ancient Egypt, and it's believed that that
Well
vein is the vein of love that runs directly from that finger to the heart.
I have heard that before. I didn't know it was
Oh,
Egyptian
yeah.
though.
Okay. All right.
So Tom, all you're overthinking it completely wrong.
All right, so we're done with guessing the specific countries.
Finally.
How much did the largest wedding bouquet weigh?
Way.
So she's going to have to be able to lift it. So I'd say
don't know, she could
a
have had a
normal
fork
bouquet
tray.
would weigh like maybe what at the most 2 pound. You know, it's all flowers. So let's go with 50.
50 is quite a lot of weight to hold.
It is a lot of weight, but maybe it was like at a muscle wedding, you know, or a
I'm going
bodybuilder
22
wedding.
pounds.
Ooh, 22 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a ton. I'm going to say it was in the back of a car or something like that. It was like a bouquet in the bed of a truck or something stupid.
Yeah.
But haven't you got to hold a bouquet or it's not a bouquet?
And then you got to throw it over your shoulder and,
Yeah,
and
I
let
mean,
all
if
the
you-
single
Well,
women.
if
Can you
it-
imagine
single
trying to
men
If
throw
it's a
fun at someone?
ton, you're
That's
aiming
gonna
at
kill
someone you
him.
don't like. Someone that you don't like is getting invited and they're getting killed. And I think you can throw it as long as you have a trebuchet.
A what?
A what? Yeah.
Throws it.
Oh, a
Trebuchet.
Is
Oh,
that what it's
yeah, because
called?
everybody knows what a trebuchet is.
Yeah, I would have just said like a slingshot or something. You know,
Is that the
or
things
like
you see in Lord
a
of
bouquet launcher.
the Lord of the Rings from the orcs? Those are the things? Remember the orcs? They
I
had
think so.
how they throw those
yeah.
big ass rocks at the castle?
Yeah, them things. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
400 pounds or 181 kilos.
Oh my
I
god.
think oh, you said a
think
ton,
David
so
got
I think
closest.
I think I'm closest. But yeah.
Oh.
What
The person like making the rules is the one that gets the points. Is that how this works?
We weren't doing points, I thought, but we suddenly
Wait, hold
are
on.
now.
What was the okay? I focused on the actual number. What was the rest of it?
400 pounds or 181 kilos.
Oh, okay. There was no actual how to lift it up or any of that kind of stuff. It was
No,
just-
I
it
know
was-
that.
it's just-
How? Yeah, how?
Yeah. Okay. I guess we're never gonna know. All right. Next one. We have a few more left. All right.
How long did the longest wedding dress train measure?
100 feet. 101 feet.
I'm going to say
600 yards.
200. 200 feet, I'm going to say.
600 yards. I don't know what we're doing in feet.
Okay.
1.85 miles.
fuck's
or
sake.
God
just
damn.
shy of 3 kilometers.
Why?
Oh my god.
Just why? All right.
Okay, for these next two, I don't know if these are US facts or world facts. Sometimes it's hard to tell. And look, I'm busy, okay? Get off my back. What's the average number of guests at a wedding?
60.
75?
But it's not. But it's like fucking like 100 and something, which is disgraceful. I
Well,
bet
the average. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I'm
sometimes only
thinking
5
average.
people show up to a wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You
They
gotta
bring
be
a
somewhere
lot of
middle,
a lot
surely.
of places bring the average down.
A lot of people just run away,
but
don't they?
if
Only
people
have, like, 4.
if people have a lot of people, it brings the average up.
I feel like there's a lot more smaller weddings than there is big weddings. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So what did you say again? You said
I don't know.
60?
A lot of people get married more than once though, and have big weddings.
Yeah. I had I don't know. I think we had like 100 at our wedding, maybe. I can't actually remember. I can't remember that day at all.
I'm going 60. I reckon.
All right,
I'm saying
75.
100.
Okay.
136.
All right, Tom. That's the average.
Ooh.
That's crazy. All right, one more.
Disgraceful.
And finally, what is the average cost of a wedding?
My
10 grand.
God, average
Must be like 15 or something like that.
6.
It must be. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to say 20.
$20.
It's average. Don't people do it on the cheapie?
Yeah.
Or?
Actually, no. I'm going to say. We'll say 15. Actually, 20 seems a bit too much. I'm going to say 15.
15 grand.
Original answer. 15 grand.
All right, I go.
7.
I'm going-
£1 fish.
All right.
$30,000 or
Oh my God.
about 22,700 pounds. All right,
Should I-
that's
should I
it
go
for
in,
this
mate? Well
week,
done.
guys. Lovely
Oh my
chatting.
God.
Bye.
Bye.
That's crazy.
That is
Alright.
a lot of money on average as well. That means how
Yeah.
many are some people spending on it? That's
Well,
surely an inexpensive wedding.
have you seen that wedding? That there's some Indian dude, and he had so many rich people. He had Elon Musk. He had Bill Gates. He just even had John Cena. You know, there's just a ton of people that just absolutely really proper famous and extremely wealthy, but their gifts were stupid as well. Like I think Bill Gates gave them like a $30 million yacht. And then like maybe I should invite Bill Gates to.
Hell yeah, you should.
Well, I can't. I'm not going to have another wedding, but I'll make sure that when my kids get married, he gets invited.
Is he gonna live that long?
Anyway, all right. I think it's getting kind of late.
Yeah.
Especially for
Yeah.
us.
yeah.
So, is there anything else? Should we? We'll just wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
All right.
Shut
let's
it
do
down, folks. Let's end the podcast. Oh, it's me,
Go on then,
isn't
Tom.
it? I do that.
It's you,
Okay.
that's you.
Yeah. That's,
I had my feet up and everything. I was really comfortable. Like a really,
you
really
looked comfortable. I feel like
I
your
did,
eyes were
I
going to
was.
close.
I was just comfortable. I was just chilling. I was just, living my best life.
Wasn't looking at his
Thank
phone.
you so
I know,
much for
right?
listening. If you haven't listened, how did you get this far? But we shall see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Podcast manager and editor is David, as it always is. Thank you very much, sir. You're a legend. Other hosts are myself. I am Tom. You should know this. You've been watching all of this, so if you're in the kind of
Wow.
like this
When
point,
you don't
should
have
know
a
who I
script,
am.
you really go off. You're like Trump. All right. Trump starts reading.
Did you just compare me to Trump?
I did. You know, like he's got a script that he's supposed to go off.
I
of,
know
and
we've
then he
been
goes
talking
off,
about
he goes- and then
China
he
a lot during
forgets.
this. Do you know what's crazy? Trump actually he's got a script for most of this shit.
And he doesn't.
he
he goes off immediately and starts
Yeah.
talking about something else and sharks and electricity and boats and trying to figure out which way to go.
You know we're still in the outro, which is crazy.
I was gonna say, are you not?
Yeah.
Outro.
We've
Right.
also got Chloe and David.
Hello.
Again, he gets like 3 mentions. Bit shitty. Bit of a dick move, isn't it? If you'd like to support us, go to patreon.com/JATP, which you can do, like these beautiful people, where I've just realised we don't have the list.
Oh, you want the list?
Yeah, I need the list. Send me the list quickly, David.
All right, just keep going to some other stuff. Let's go for it. The list hasn't changed, so it's still in the.
Quickly send it to me while we're doing the outro, and we'll pretend that this is all one, one big long thing. It's all good.
Absolutely.
This is professional.
You are
This is how
nailing
the
this,
professionals-
Thomas.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's really good. Like, you can also there are people we're going to read off in a second, but we can also go and subscribe to some
All right.
TikTok. And
You can just
shit like
you can
that.
double click on
And-
that.
Oh, thank God. It's all good. It's fine. The music's still playing. It's not going on it, David.
Just double click on it.
It's not.
Oh no, my kid popped up. Did I forward you the wrong one?
I don't know.
This is a very important list.
I've
It's
got
not
it.
working, David.
I've got it.
Did I send you the right list? No, I didn't send you the right list. I sent you my bank account information. Hold on. Let's go. Let's try that again. All right. So, photos.
Wait. He actually has sent me his bank account
He
information.
has sent back. I've got it as well.
All right. There we go. There's a list for you.
What are these things? What are these things that you spent money on?
I didn't spend
What
the
did you
money on it.
spend?
That's what the scammers spent. Remember all the money that I got scammed with? Those were all the
Right.
transactions that they made, and that I didn't approve. So I had to like show them my bank information of like what got approved.
This has been the
and what
most
didn't.
shit fucking outro ever. Anyways, our mega supporters are Arthur Job, Dildo, I'm Having an Orgasm, Jack Goodwin, John Brown. I've turned the things because I can't see the whole thing. Where is he? John Brown, Justin Reaney, Masturbates, Me Hull, Phil Starkey, S.My.D, Stephen Patterson, and Timo. Lovely people. Thank you so very much to all of you. We also have some other people who we love nearly as much, and don't wrong, we joke. All of you guys keep this podcast running, and we love you all. We've got Big Mike, Gavin Williams, Neil Rees, Trucker Joe. It's not scrolling. Oh no, that's because I'm at the bottom of the page. That's why. Trucker Joe, Danny Flynn, the Wanking Master, and Trucker Colin. Thank you to all of you, lovely people. Please end this fucking outro. This has been a disaster.